No fancy overlays tonight, y'all. No fancy things. We at least have a soundtrack. Almost an hour late, but here we go.
That's what we do.
Welcome to the Godplane, Episode 9, Discordant Divinities. Rook. The library around you and your companions trembles violently at your feet. You look between the two portals, one familiar, pale mist, the other being forced through an arcane arch. Magic and black energy, red lightning, and purple mist swirls within it. Battered from a fight, with a rather unhinged necromancer, you and your party decide to take the familiar route. Alongside your companions, you step into the portal, and a familiar mist obscures your vision. Before it clears, however, you feel yourself being pulled. It's a sharp, painful feeling, as if your body is made up of several kinds of woven fabric and someone is trying to rip just one of those fabrics free. The agony is blinding. It's not just bone deep, it's soul deep. You're not sure if you black out. You're not really sure of anything that happens because the anguish you feel is all consuming. And just when you feel like you might break apart entirely, you're floating. Before you opens the vastness of outer space. Galaxies paint the blackness all around. Stars twinkle as planets race and dance around them. Stunned, you blink your eyes, but the vision remains. You're acutely aware of two facts at the exact same moment. One, you are in the presence of the divine. You feel an intense pressure, like being deep underwater, only instead of pressing on your physical being, on your eardrums, you feel this pressure against your soul, and it is crushing. Your ears ring, your body feels heavy, and it aches with it. Your second realization is that you are in a space that no mortal was ever meant to visit. Your mind is overwhelmed by the vastness of the cosmos. Your soul trembles at the feeling of being so close to divinity, and something deep and primal struggles instinctively to cling to your humanity. Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, geez. The first thing I want to do is throw up, and then to that, let's see here. So,
It kind of
wisdom.
floats.
Perfect. I got a 19, which goes to a 20 or 21 because of my +2 on saves.
Cool. We'll come back to that. You hover in the vastness of the stars. Only this is delightful, strange, unexpected. It's like a child's imagination of what a theme park of what a galaxy should be. Two galaxies swirl around each other and almost like they're dancing. They move at a speed out of sync with the rest of the cosmos. A planet that is cotton candy pink spins playfully around its sun. It has rings that move strangely, almost as if they were hula hooping with the planet itself. You see an almost barren rocky world, but out of the top of it grows one huge tree that is as big as the planet itself. Planets move at different speeds around their stars as if they're bouncing or playing. All of this it's bright and magical and exciting. Then you again feel that pressure of the divine, your gaze moving to a galaxy thick with shifting stars, so thick that it looks milky or misty. Beside it looms a constellation of stars twinkling in various shades of green. You blink as both your mind and your mortal soul tries to make sense of it. Make me a perception check and a wisdom check, please.
All right. For wisdom, I got an 11.
Okay.
And perception is 6.
You are aware that you're seeing something that you're not really seeing. Like, you don't see a constellation with your eyes, you see it with your mind's eye. And something like this is happening. You can't really make out the shape of it, but you feel like you should recognize the shape of this constellation. In the swirling, misty galaxy, you blink, and for just a moment, you see a face. It's almost like a child's face, but with a single horn. You're witnessing not one divine, but two. And with those rolls, that's all you really get. But as you hang in space, as you're trying to make sense of this, make me another wisdom check to see if you can start to dial in on what's happening as you find yourself floating in nothing.
That'll be a 22.
You look and you listen, but you're not really looking with your eyes and you're not really listening with your ears. But these strange shapes, as you are making them out, you hear a voice that's higher pitched and slightly petulant. He's mine. He belongs to me. And then another voice, a little deeper and warmer. I understand your objections, young godling. But he has reached beyond your world and chosen me. These are my worlds. These are my people. I made them. Another wave of excitement comes over you as the entire space around you starts to glimmer, almost like an aurora borealis in space, and you're momentarily distracted. Make a wisdom check.
That one is a 12.
You hear this continue, and you hear an almost laughing, what joy have you ever brought him? And it continues, and you can't pick up all of it, but you hear you would sacrifice him for Treen. And it's not all of it, but that's what you're able to get. Give me one more wisdom as you are trying to follow this conversation that is happening so far beyond a mortal mind.
18.
That higher-pitched, petulant voice, it sounds almost unsure as it speaks. If it's all going to fail, then I give you permission to take him, but only if it's hopeless, and only if he agrees. He was my champion first. And the other voice laughs gently. All right, I will not claim him until all is lost, or your need for a champion has passed. Agreed? There's a faint hesitation before agreed. And with a rush of cold, but not nearly as cold or painful as your plummet through the mist, you find yourself falling, crashing through space as planets, stars, galaxies, and meteors go flying past you until you feel yourself engulfed in a strangely warm and welcoming, misty embrace. And welcome, everyone, finally, after almost an hour of delays, to the Godplane, an original horror campaign. I'm your DM, Kay Purcell, and before we proceed, I want to give you some content warnings. This is a horror campaign, so there's going to be some things which viewers might find disturbing. You know your limits. Please take care of yourself. I have worked with our amazing cast, and they are totally chill with just about anything I throw at them, and often more, it seems like. Holy cats, these people are metal. That doesn't mean that you have to be metal. Take care of yourself. If you need to nope out, we have tools where we can nope out, so nope out and take care of yourself. With that, let's meet our incredible cast, starting with Sophie.
Hello, it's me, a big beefy boy. Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm playing Ozim, the sweet, sad 7'5" tiefling barbarian. His pronouns are he, him. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on social media at Subatomic Mints. I'm not sure if we have a command in the chat for that right now, but I will type it out. You also see me in chat as Not So Gladiator. Yay! Bye.
I forgot, we're missing my co-DM David tonight, so he's not here to help me do all the awesome commands. So, yes,
Feeling it.
sorry. Cassandra.
Oh, that is me. I am that person, and you can find me anywhere as Cozy Spoon on social media. I am playing a most severely not 7'5" gnome by the name of Wilhelmina Waywocket, who's just trying to get by, and we're gonna see how this goes tonight.
The star of our cold open, D'Angelo.
Hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Murillo, and you can find me on all social media at @_D'Angelo. Tonight, I am playing Rook. Hopefully for not the last time ever, but like is excited to protect the homies and all that.
And Nabi.
Hey everyone, I'm Jen. I play Nabi. Both of our pronouns are she, her. Nabi is a Way of the Mercy monk who has done some growing this campaign, should I say, and likes to give a lot of tough love. So you can find me at Jen Geeky on Twitter or Jen the Geeky Writer on Instagram.
Yay! And I am Kay Purcell, your DM Dampy for the evening. I would like to give a shout out to Gaming Trend, to Bardly.io for the music, to Ghost Stories Incorporated for our theme song, and thank you to our mods, Kato, Dane, David, and Emily. I think only 2 of y'all are here tonight. We appreciate you. Thank you to D'Angelo for helping me stream after so many technical issues. I might scream. I'm really sad I made special overlays for tonight. Y'all will never get to see them, but we're gonna live. We do have a tip link going. All of the proceeds go to these awesome 4 people you see here on the screen. So tip if you're able to. It's like a hug, but with money. If you're not able to, we understand. Thank you for all of your support. It's been an awesome 8 episodes so far, 2 more to go. I don't know, maybe 11 if technical issues keep happening and these people keep pushing. And I am Kate Purcell. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me on I don't even know my own commands. Oh, it did work. You can find me at KDamnFear on Twitter. And my co-DM, Full Rubber Ducky David, is not here tonight, so I'm flying solo. What a night to be flying solo. With all of that out of the way, whew, I think we're ready to jump back in. Our party, in their quest to cross the Godplane and stop the rampaging nightmare that is trying to destroy everything they know, found themselves standing before a statue of Vassal, the dream magic barbarian who summoned them to the Godplane. That statue just so happened to be in the middle of a graveyard, so that wasn't foreboding at all. The monument which the party used told you would summon Vassal by speaking the true names of the many-faced dreaming god, and the party, minus Rook, set to work. Through a combination of religious insight, investigation, a pinch of physical labor, you all gathered the missing symbols from the coffins of the graves around you, spoke the names of the dreaming god, though not before getting a glimpse of your own graves, and however that may have impacted you all. Before you were able to fully comprehend what that message, the many names of the dreaming god, might mean, mist exploded out of the orb, which was held in the statue's hands, and you all awoke in what seemed to be a very pleasant field full of pearlescent flowers, with an unconscious Vassal before you. You quickly realized this was not the safest place to be, and with the mists of the compass forming a perfect ring instead of an arrow, the 3 of you began sprinting for the edge of the flower field. You never seemed to move very far, but bit by bit, the mists closed in around you until they swallowed you whole. Nabi, Ozum, Willie. Mist washes over you. Your skin, your lungs, your nose, your eyes, they all burn, ache with this strange pollen. It stings, it freezes, it burns all in turn. The mist does not bring with it the aching cold, but instead something cool and almost soothing. You suck in a sharp breath as it embraces you fully, filling your lungs, and then the mists part. You find yourselves in the quiet, shifting safety of a mist tunnel. The mists, darker purple than you remember, swirl around you in familiar, comforting patterns. Wiping pollen from your bodies, still coughing it out of your lungs, you settle in to make camp. Battered, weary, and winded, you lay Vasal down and settle in for what seems to be a well-deserved rest. What do you all do? What do you say?
Who had the well, I know Ozim was literally planning on just chucking the compass, and Willie and Nabi. Who has the compass right now?
Previously on Godplane Z.
Yeah, previously,
I-
these two almost died, and Ozim fucking football
Yeah.
player.
If I can recall,
I would
you
appreciate a recap.
asked
'cause I
you
still-
asked Willie to try and put the compass out, but she is looking pretty bad that you grabbed it and held your hand
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
it
front
was
of
last in your
Yeah,
hand
no,
as you
okay.
bust
So you should
through.
have it.
Quick recap. So, Ozim was literally gonna leave Vasal behind because she told him to run, and he was like, I am hearing the words run, I will go. And he was like, maybe that means without her. But no, he took her. Don't worry, we have her. Brief, I think he fashioned like a sled basically where he was dragging someone at some point, and then he realized that wasn't working, so he just
You were carrying
manhandled.
Willie.
Yeah,
You
Nabi was
footballed
running
everybody.
behind you.
and then
But
he was
yeah,
also
you all
carrying
just kind of-
Vasal.
Ended up, and Nabi hadn't even moved yet. Ozim took a step, and the mist just.
And then they almost all died. I managed to get through every single saving throw. They did not. So he's gonna like quickly glance at the compass and see if it's pulsing quickly or slowly, I guess.
It's a very slow pulse. You have some.
Great. He
time.
like immediately snaps it closed. He's like, okay, whatever. We're fine. He's like looking down at them and are like, guts intact, yes? No one's guts out? Gnome?
I
No.
don't see
Guts
any
inside.
intestines. Yep.
He's gonna like
Willie just
put-
looks at her gut and goes, Am I dead? Did we make it?
I think we made it. Maybe.
Doesn't feel like we're dead yet.
Ozim's gonna like put Vasal down somewhere and hope for the best. He's probably pacing at this point.
So yeah,
Willie's gonna go over to Vasal and try again to wake her up.
you shake her, and she like mutters under her breath, almost like a fever dream, and that gnarly. She has this large black and purple mist-like tattoo covering her face, and the skin is red and puckered. And when you move her too much, Willie, you can't tell if it's ink or if it's a really black blood kind of starts to seep out of one of the lines. She doesn't wake. You want to make a medicine check?
Boy. I'm gonna roll.
You got a
I
plus
can
2 to
help if
medicine.
you need it.
I might, because I got a 10.
You get 10, but you get a plus 2 to your medicine. You feel like something traumatic has happened to her, and she's gonna need a little time to sleep this off. This is not something that can be magically healed.
I will turn to the group and say, well, she's not dead, but she's just as out as she was in that nightmare dome that we just escaped from.
I think we all probably need a rest at this point. I mean, Ozim's fine, but Ozim could take a short rest and then stand guard for everything else, but he doesn't need a long rest.
So y'all settle in for a good rest?
Willie's just seated wherever they have ended up, and she's like, I mean, what's old Compassy say? Seeing that, she mutters, hey, you took my job.
Compasses were fine. He tosses it back to you.
She grabs it and smiles and goes, okay.
So go to sleep.
Are we long resting or short resting?
You can long rest here.
Okay.
So, you all came away with a sword, which creates fire. You also came away with some various food and rations, and you also came away with some brandy. Do any of y'all partake in any of that, or do you set up the campfire sword before you settle in?
Lily's going for that brandy. Her life flashed before her eyes. It was pretty exciting. She needs to drink that away.
Ozim probably still isn't going to touch any food except for the water skin that Vassal had given them at the beginning. I don't think he's that inclined on using the sword.
Yeah, because we learned that it kind of fades. So Nabi would probably advise that we hold off until we absolutely need it.
So you all start to settle down for a rest. Willie, you've got this thing of brandy, which there's probably like 3 to 4 good servings in this, and it's just giant in your tiny little hands. And just as you settle in, the mist 10 feet away begins to swirl. Wind kicks up and mist starts climbing from the ground and expanding, and then it changes. The purple drains away to pale blue, but then it turns green. A shape forms in the middle of the mist, a solid outline as the wind dies down and fades away. Rook, you blink as the stars and the vastness of the cosmos fades from your eyes, and you find yourself standing in a mist tunnel. Your ears still ring with the pressure of standing so close to the divine, and you passed your wisdom saving throw, so you only lose 1 point of stability.
And what was my stability at prior to that? Wasn't it like
You
horrible?
were at 1, so
was it
you're
1? Okay.
back up to
Back
2.
at 2? Okay. And am I with the group, or am I still like arriving or
You are
plummeting?
standing 10 feet from them.
Okay.
You see Ozim not looking too bad. Willie is just battered. They're all covered in this thick orange pollen that it seems like the contact with the mist has at least stopped the effects of it. You're no longer making saving throws.
Yeah.
Willie looks really bad. Nabi doesn't look great. And there is an unconscious Vassal laying on the ground near you.
Ozim's probably still trying to clean the pollen off of Vassal.
That's fair.
Rook would not say anything other than like throw up again, and then just like crawl over to his sleeping companions and like fall asleep next to them, and then just like pass out.
All right.
Willie is shocked that you haven't said anything, that you just rolled up, and she's gonna close the distance, trying and failing to spill all of her brandy.
You just be like, "Hey, how's it going?" And just like,
Oh my gosh! She crawls over and gives him a hug. What happened? Where were you?
it's
I mean,
like-
I know you were in the mist, but I mean, you know, we went through. Did you go through anything?
I'm pretty sure the mist is racist because like I've been pulled into the mist twice, and like some weird stuff has happened. I was in the cosmos. I saw literal planets and shooting stars. I think I'm pretty sure a sun exploded, and I think I saw gods. And then he goes like, I don't even know anymore. Am I high? Are we high? And then like he just like looks at you.
Like grasps the lapels of his like shirt and goes, "Flowers tried to kill us. We almost died."
That's
Speaking of almost dying, great to see you, best friend. I think all of us,
he's talking to you or talking to me?
I'm talking to you.
Oh.
I think everyone here, for the most part, would benefit from some sleep. So great to see you, but can we catch up after some rest, maybe?
That's fine. I don't even know what the point of life is anymore. I literally saw gods and the end of like everything. So like nothing matters as he just like passes out and like.
Welcome to the club. I'm glad you finally
Disassociates.
understand where I'm coming from. Good night.
Willie's just like surprised that no one is that shocked over the best friend comment. It's just like,
I said good night. Don't dwell on it. Don't think about it.
He'll definitely look over to Blight.
Good
Like,
night.
You heard that, right? You heard that?
I love this crew so much. All right. So you all settle in, and you all enjoy the benefits of a long rest.
Am I rolling?
You are, again, even though she's unconscious, under the protection of Vassal.
Damn! I was hoping her being unconscious would mean that
I know. There's more than one reason I had you do the roll in the library. So, you all wake the next morning. And I've lost my notes. Vassal is already awake by the time you all rouse yourselves. She sits a short distance from you all, long legs folded before her, her eyes closed in meditation. The dark purple and black mist tattoo curls angrily across one half of her face. The skin around it is puffy and aggravated. Blood and even dark drips of what looks to be ink occasionally ooze from it, as if her body is rejecting it. You do not dream, Ozim, but you all wake up thirsty. Everyone roll me a d20, and if you had brandy last night, you roll with advantage.
I got a 13 and I did not have brandy.
I got a 16, also did not have brandy, but I did drink out of the water skin.
I got a 13.
I got a 9.
All right. Surprisingly, despite your roll, did you what is your you add either wisdom or constitution to that, D'Angelo?
Oh,
the only one I need
wisdom?
to worry about.
Let me see. And it was a saving throw?
No.
Oh, no, saving throw. +1, so 10.
This one, 10. Okay. Being in the presence of Vassal actually is so comforting that you regain 1 point. You don't lose, you regain 1, so you are back at just 1 point, which means you don't have any mechanical setbacks. You just still have this vague nagging sense, which totally makes sense after what you experienced yesterday. You all set about your mornings. Vassal is very clearly not interacting with you for the first little bit. But at last she opens her dark eyes. One familiar, the other one ruined. It is almost a matte black with a hideous purple gash through the middle of it. It looks ruined in her face. Anyone who wants to, make me a perception check.
I'm gonna do it.
I believe in you, Willie.
Oh my goodness.
I got a 10.
I got a 15.
Oh, 15. Anyone else checking?
16.
You're 16?
No, I'm good. I'm contemplating life.
Okay. Willie and Ozim, you, not even at the same time, at different moments, you notice, because it's not a persistent and it's not a frequent, but every so often, you swear you see red lightning crackle through her eye, almost as if there's something behind her pupil that is throwing off energy. When she finally stands, unfolding her long legs, she looks at you all with an expression that is nothing short of shock and amazement, and no small bit of respect in her good eye. You all are here. You made it. I cannot believe. She trails her fingers over her face, wincing as they touch the twisted purple tattoo. I was going to make this my last stand, even though it seemed pointless. But if you're all here, if you survived, perhaps we can do this. And rather like Rook, she seems a little caught up in her own mind about what all this could mean. So if you all would like to speak amongst yourselves or to her.
Willie elbows Ozem in the side. You see that? She kind of isn't doing what you used to do. With the eye, red.
How did you reach his side?
Thigh.
Oh, I think you said side. I was like, whoa.
Just
There's a
levitates.
small ladder. Yeah.
He's just gonna look at Willie like,
Because you're scary red thing.
scary red thing.
He just points at Vasal's eye. You know, the thing?
He points at his eyes and he's like, my eyes are always red.
I mean, hers are temporarily red.
Do you have a problem with red eyes?
I mean, it wasn't there before. I'm just trying to make conversation here.
Navi's just watching this thing go
Will-
down right now.
Willie looks around. No one finds that weird. Oh, okay, fine.
As they all chat, Nabi, Vasal kind of slowly, rather indiscreetly, moves to your side and, not quite meeting your gaze, says very quietly, I know you have no way of knowing this, but I lived my entire life jealous of you. That is the reason you were chosen last, not anything of your own doing.
Navi gets really awkward and kind of is just like looking down and it's like, jealous of me? Why?
Because you were the chosen of the Dreaming God. I was only selected as on a technicality.
Okay. Are you okay? Or like do you need healing, by the way? Dear.
Oh, thank you. I have rested. I don't know.
Okay.
This will not ever leave me, I fear, but better that it live with me forever than nothing exist.
Yeah, that's true. So, do you remember anything about what you did before this?
And she, there's almost like a tick as she, something sharp seems to hit her. I don't remember all of the details. I've seen and lived too many lives. But I remember these feelings. After the first several dozen, and she looks genuinely embarrassed, but trying very hard to not show it. It became difficult to keep track of what was my doing and what were the doings of others.
I get that. You know, there was a time that we ran into each other from before. We didn't look like this, but you were very different than you were when we first met you.
She kind of does that slight twinge again, but nods and says, yes, the trial,
Yeah,
the test.
right. So you kind of remember. Do you think we've done enough?
She kind of looks between the four of you and says, well, yes, I did not expect you all to be here. That is why I've always relied on my strength and speed to confront the nightmare. I'm not a patient woman. I was afraid of what it would take to actually bind myself to the nightmare long enough. So I wanted to be quick, but now I have... She motions to this horrible thing across her face. I had hoped that with this, I could stay bound to it and be a thorn in its side, a distraction long enough that perhaps the dreaming god could regain their powers and fight it off, as long as I just kept it distracted. But if I have done this and you all are here, perhaps we could fight it. Perhaps we could win. And she looks at each of you in turn and says, "Are you ready?"
Ozem laughs.
Willie takes a big audible breath and goes,
I mean, if we're not ready, when are we going to be ready, right?
I mean, we had that door in the library. I think somehow it knows that we were ready. We just didn't have Rook, but maybe this is a good thing. We're all together again.
Power of friendship. As he starts to get... Is the brandy still there?
Yeah.
He definitely takes a swig of the brandy. Yeah.
She looks at you, Ozem, and says, I'm still not entirely sure that I trust you. Not because of your doing, but because you work in poisons. You know, not all poisons leave the body. Sometimes they build up, and they linger. You were one of the Nightmare's first servants back when it was mortal. And I don't know how much of it still remains, but I have seen your resolve. The fact that you're here means you have resolve.
If you want to call it resolve, then sure, but it's not quite the term I would use. But if you're worried about me, I'll tell you what I told the cat. If you're worried about me going back to him, I will guarantee you I will not be breathing before I let myself do that. And I will ask you that if I'm not capable of doing that myself, that you take care of it for me.
For what comes next, it will be taking most of my abilities to keep it bound.
Then
Fighting
anyone here.
Fighting the other. The cat is still around. It never leaves. Why won't it take the message?
He's
it's
been
been
pretty
really
helpful
helpful.
so far. But anyway, he turns and looks at everyone and says, "This is you're okay to kill me if I am becoming a risk. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. Do not hesitate like you did in that dream, Willie. Do you hear me? You do not hesitate. You take the dagger and you make sure it finds its way home. You do not take
Willie
a breath."
can't look at him. Okay.
But you have
Just
to
take the
make
crossbow
sure.
out.
Whichever way you feel like doing it, just fucking do it. This is all I will ever ask of any of you. If I'm a risk, eliminate the risk.
Willie looks at Rook and Abby just to see their reaction. She is clearly uncomfortable with this conversation.
Are you? If Willie's like near me, he will like crouch down and kneel, and then whisper to Willie, like, he just became a best friend, so like I'm not gonna let him die. It's just like.
I mean,
He
don't
whips
like
his
him,
head
but-
around towards you and goes, "You have to let me die."
You're like, all right, but I promise you that I'll never get us into a situation where that will even be like close to. An
We are-
option.
We are walking into a situation where that is going to be one of the options. There's no way around it.
I have good vibes about this, right, Vasal? Is it gonna be fine?
No, I'm telling you that it is potentially not going to be fine. You don't need her to tell you that it's not going to be fine.
Vasal gives
The
like,
man
most
that we're
awkward-
about to go up against is the man that made me who I am. The things
Only
that I
now it
did
is
in
not
my
just a
past.
man. Now it is a demigod.
Which is what a fucking nightmare that is. And haha, what an ironic word to use. He is a true nightmare. I did not mean to say that. That's me out of character. I didn't mean to say nightmare. But Ozim is just like, everything that I did in my past was for him. The butcher that you grew up hearing about, Willie, I did that for him.
What are you doing all this for now?
He starts rubbing his hand up against his chest. I don't see any way to ever truly redeem myself. But I have thought about killing him every fucking day. Because he took everything from me. I don't have anything to do this for. Everything that I love, everything that I've ever cared about in some capacity is gone. And yet here I am, and I'm stuck here doing this with you, and I will see it through in any way that I can, but I'm not doing it for myself. There's nothing for me to redeem myself for.
Vasal kind of nods sagely and says, "No mortal can change their past, and his touch might be upon you, but your resolve is strong." And she holds up a hand, like to your forehead. "May I?"
What are you gonna do? Tell me first.
"It is a small blessing for the battle."
Sure. I mean,
She reaches up and touches your forehead. Her fingertips are cool. And you receive a blessing of the Dreaming God. For the next 10 minutes, you can roll a d3 whenever you make an attack roll or an ability check and add that number to a d20. So, I would suggest you roll a d4, and if it's a 4, re-roll. Because d3s are... This is from Wizards of the Coast, y'all. D3s. She then turns and she starts to go down the line to do this to each of you. And as she's going along, Rook, you and only you see a small little puff of pink mist kind of hanging out in the wall, not fully visible, because not exactly a friend of Vasal. Hey friend.
Hey, what's
Last
going on, homie?
chance.
As he like drinks his brandy. He's like, so
Oh, yeah.
tell me exactly what I get out of this deal. Like, what's...
Well, so I mean, a lot of the help I've been able to give along the way is kind of in the past, but like, you'll get do a little extra damage or better chance of hitting anything made of mist, and you're gonna go fight a big purple nightmare mist demon demigod thing.
And what do you get out of it again?
I just get a little bit of connection, a little bit of power for the future.
For the future.
2 of your friends have taken this. Nothing bad's happened to them. I've been nothing but helpful. And you only see mist, but you still see that little swagger of the mist moving in the wall.
Can I look over? Can Willie like see this or perceive this or?
Right now, he's only appearing to you
me?
because
Okay.
Vasal's in the picture and doesn't really want to be perceived by Vasal.
I'd be like, well, if my best friend, by the way, I don't know if you know this or heard through the grapevine, Ozen's my best friend now, just like, you know, but like, if
I'm happy for you, I really am.
thank you. But if he did get that offer, then like, I better say no. So I'll just
All right.
appreciate you though.
can Ozim hear you talking to
Yeah,
yourself?
absolutely. After looking at the cosmos, he just doesn't care about anything anymore. It's like,
Ozim just immediately is like, take the fucking deal. If the cat is offering you a deal, Vasal, so sorry. If the cat is offering you a deal, take the deal.
The cat is here? Raishan, you are not welcome. I've told you this. She's like, just...
and it'll be like, all right, How about if you offer Ozim the deal, then like I'll say yes, and we if they get the deal, then I get the deal. 2 for 1.
Yeah, I'm not as much of a sucker as Vasal is. Good luck.
I'm like, we didn't you anyways, and then like walks back over, and then
What did it say? What did it say?
he wanted to check if or the cat wanted to see if I wanted to do the deal, but I said no, so it's all good. I'm sure we have the power of friendship, right? Right?
Wait, I thought that Ozim keeps saying for all of us to take the deal because it's a good thing.
See, I don't know about that. Like, I get weird vibes, you know? It just feels very odd. What about you, Nabi? What do you think about everything?
You should not trust the cat.
Yeah, but
You should
why?
see what his friendship did to Tasik.
We
what?
saw what happened with Tasik.
Oh gods, you all encountered Tasik.
How much of what happened to Tasik can be attributed to Tasik just being
Narcissistic?
a little
and,
wild?
Yeah.
That is
Compared to
not
the cat.
entirely unfair. However, his wild thirst for knowledge and theories was certainly fanned by that little fiend.
Fanned, but not ignited.
No, I put more faith in him than I should have. It was far too far up the list.
Sometimes a small thing is what pushes people over the edge, but you still can't blame that small thing for the root
Yes.
cause. So is the cat truly that terrible? Or was Tasik always going to be that much of a douchebag?
The cat is the ilk of the nightmare. A lesser, but the same.
Who do you think worse of, me or the cat? There you go. You paused. There we go. There's the answer.
She has really low charisma, in case y'all didn't know. Her charisma's not good. She's
Charisma
stacked
or
in
not,
everything else.
it's answer enough.
I mean, our
Alright.
goals
Because if it makes
align.
you feel any better, the cat also doesn't like me. So you both don't like me. You have a little common ground.
She touches each of you in turn, giving you the blessing of the Dreaming God, adding a D3 roll to any attacks or ability check rolls in the next 10 minutes. 2 of you also have the Blessing of the Mist Cat, which allows you to add a D4 to any of your attacks against mist creatures. And with that, Vasal reaches a hand towards the mist and says, "Are you ready?"
No, but let's do this.
She nods. And the mist begins to swirl differently as her hand sinks into it. Red lightning crackles across the face of it, as if resisting her touch. But then at last, the chaotic, angry motion gives way to something more placid, though still angry and black purple. Let us go.
Before they step in, Ozim kind of pauses and goes, in case something happens, her name was Lyra.
Who's he saying that to? Everybody?
Just everyone. He just says, her name was Lyra, and I never thought that I would be someone capable of love until I met her. And if something happens, I just want other people to know her name too.
Billy just immediately starts leaking from the face. Just goes, "We're going into battle. You can't be putting this on me."
And if anything happens, and he's stroking his chest, if anything happens to these rings, and if we somehow succeed but I am not with you, please take these with you. These need to go with you.
Where do you want us to take it?
Just keep them with you. I don't know where they...
And Willie reaches out and touches his hip because it's the highest thing she can reach. You don't want them here. I get it.
I don't want them left behind. You can leave me behind, but please don't leave her.
Ozim, you terrify me. I'm not going to lie. But we're going to find a way to get out of this together. And as much as you keep thinking that she's the only one, I mean, it can't be denied that we came together for a reason and we're going to try to get out of this for a reason. So let's do this.
Let's try it.
Portal starts to.
Gives him a little slap. Let's hustle.
Do you all rush through?
Just awkwardly, like, taps everybody on the shoulder, like, as a, let's do this.
Do we hold hands, or is it like...
I'm down for holding hands.
Does Rook try to hold Ozim's hand regardless?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, best friend. He just immediately goes for it and just starts trying to lace his fingers, and Ozim just kind of looks at him. He'll let it happen. But he'll be side-eyeing Rook the whole time.
He's like, see, we got this. We do this fine. You're good.
Navi is secretly, like, squeeing in her head, like, yes, more fan fiction.
You can do it as long as you say nothing about it.
Willie looks at Navi and just mouths.
And the portal starts to flicker and go unstable. You all don't hurry through it.
Oh, we're going. I'm
Oh, yeah,
grabbing
yeah,
the closest hand and diving in.
Yep.
So one by one, you are swallowed greedily by a black purple mist. You emerge into near complete darkness, and as soon as you step down, you take 4 points of piercing damage as you feel teeth, slimy, caustic, and needle sharp, snap into your feet and ankles. Before you, filling almost the entirety of this small plain, is a swirling purple and black storm. Red lightning crackles in the darkness, illuminating a huge, roiling mass of angry purple-black energy which boils, easily filling 80 feet of the space. As it fades, you hear both in your mind and in your ears. A thundering, slow laughter.
Ozim recognize it immediately.
Oh yes.
Rook, you'll feel Ozim tense up.
Vasal is already charging forward, screaming in a battle cry that you find faintly familiar, Navi. As she lunges forward, she rages, and the exposed tattoos and sigils on her body suddenly explode in a brilliant blue and white light. She raises her hand just as a huge burst of red lightning energy crashes towards her, but it runs into a semi-transparent blue dome of energy that sits just at the end of her hand. It shatters under this impact, but it does push back the darkness at her feet, revealing purple swirling energies below. It's only then that you realize that the ground, the walls, the ceiling, everything around you are covered in what looks like an oozing black sea of oil, occasionally punctuated by snapping maws and gnashing teeth. Mist dark mantles, the supplicants of the nightmare, congregate in an ocean of malice and dark hunger which loom at you from all directions, both above and below. And then the voice swells into your mind, filling your ears, your thoughts. You think you can taste the dark, damp, ominous words on your tongue. Vasal. My old friend. Visal's battle cry devolves into a half chant and a half yell as her eyes narrow with focus, her hand painting holy symbols in the air. As words form, bands of bluish-white energy coil around the nightmare. The black and purple storm clouds shudder and resist, then shrink, shudder and resist, and shrink again as these crystalline bands of energy snap in place around it. Eventually, in seconds that seem to take years, the raging hurricane forms into a small but powerful storm as the bands clash against crimson lightning. But they seem to hold, for now. The nightmare is bound. Roll for initiative. And then we're going to take a quick break.
Oh,
Come on.
yay!
15.
Okay.
Ozim's already in a rage, by the way. I
Ozim's
think I should just knock it out of there already. He's already
I'll
in a
give
rage.
I'll give you, as soon as like those things snapped on, you heard the laugh, rage hit. That's
He's already in a rage.
13.
That's an 8 for me.
Okay, hold on.
A six.
Navi is a 13. Rip had an 8. And what did you have, Willie?
6.
6. Okay.
Big roller tonight.
2. This is going to be. Vasal has advantage on hers. 2. And with that, we are going to take a short break, and we will start up with this combat when we get back.
Now able to hear us.
Alrighty.
Hello.
Welcome back. We emerge with our party in the middle of a huge swirling 100-foot space of black and purple mist crackling with red lightning. They see a huge 30-foot around black and purple amorphous shape that is being held small and condensed by silver blue bands of energy locked around it. And we begin our combat. The nightmare focuses its gazeless attention on you, Ozim. And you hear an all too familiar, yet somehow bigger, low, rich chuckle. I remember you. They were foolish to send you to face me. And it casts heat metal on the rings in your chest.
K. 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 K.
You take
You can take those off easily, right? Probably.
11 points of fire damage. Half
Halves.
because you're a tiefling.
So lower 6 or 5.
It has concentration.
I think you always
on.
round down. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And these two rings in your chest start to sear and scald into both skin and bone. Vasal, lets out a loud, frustrated sound as she holds these bindings in place and continues to whisper incantations and move her hands and keep renewing the energy, pressing in on this. But as she does, her rage again pops off. Silver blue mist radiates from her and slams into each of you. And you each are under the effect of the haste spell for the next 10 rounds. Your movement speed is doubled. You gain a +2 bonus to your AC, and you have advantage on dexterity saving throws. You can also do 1 additional action on each of your turns. Can only be for weapon attack, a dash, a disengage, a hide, or to use an object. We'll deal with that.
Can I use Hellish Rebuke now?
Sure.
All right.
Oh wait, this was a. Can you?
He damaged him.
A spell one? Yeah. Okay.
It's a reaction.
Do it.
And I think that to immediately go for the rings, he's gonna immediately come out swinging.
I'm into it.
Okay.
Roll it.
And I still. Oh, I only get the +3 on rolls with the D20, right? Or is it any?
No, it's any attack or ability check.
We love this. Okay. So I'm basically doing a +7 on all of my things for this. Great. So that's a 23.
23. Oh. I think it's on attack rolls, not on damage rolls.
This is for the spell, right? To see if it hits.
Yes, 23 hits.
Thank you. So that is you will be taking. You have to do a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay. Then you didn't need to roll that.
Oh, my bad.
What is
Dexterity.
my
Oh, well.
I like that it's me personally. UK, you will be taking. That is. Only 12.
All right, then roll 2d10.
You roll a 2d10.
Oh, right. Me.
You get 2.
+3, right?
Not for damage, for attack.
Oh. That is a 10. And a 7. Oh, wait, and then... Wait, 1 second. Oh yeah, I think that's just... Yeah.
Okay.
So 17.
You lash out in it, I assume an infernal. Do you say anything in particular with your rebuke, or is it just a sound?
He says, don't fucking touch her.
And... Yeah, good. Then, as a legendary action, the nightmare pulls itself in and then slams against the bonds. They shudder. And you hear an audible crack as the bonds weaken, but they still hold. As these shatter, you watch as Vasal winces as the power of this slams against her, and you see small drops of black and purple ooze out of the tattoo and get sucked into the air before her. And then for its second legendary action, it casts Nightmare's Reach, and behind you, Willie, a tentacle made of black and purple mist appears, chilling out just behind you. I'm going to put this so I know there's one, and it has that. And it is going to immediately take a swing at you. And I'm using the wrong dice.
Take it, I can't go serpentine.
11 doesn't hit you. Correct? What's
Oh,
your
my
AC?
bad. What am I looking at? Oh, there we
Your
go.
AC?
16?
16. Yeah, it comes at you, but you bat it away with the shield. Probably not the most gracefully. And then, Ozem, you're up. You stand probably 40 feet from this thing. Vasal stands off to your right about another 40 feet. Around her, when this spell came out of her and these binds were placed around the nightmare, a space of about 20 feet opened around her and directly around the nightmare. Anywhere 20 feet beyond them, these black, oily, dark mantles still exist, and they make it difficult terrain, so your movement speed is halved, and you will also take damage every time you start your turn in them, as they will start snap, or every start of every round in theirs, they will snap at your feet. You stand about 60 feet from the nightmare, so you've got 40 feet of difficult terrain. You're hasted, so it's really not an issue, but you can either go to Vasal's side or go charge the nightmare.
Did my walking speed decrease? It was definitely 60 feet before, and now it's 40.
Well, I'm not sure either way. Your walking speed right now is 80 because you're hasted.
Okay. He's gonna go... He'll be out of the way of the difficult terrain if he goes directly for the nightmare.
Yeah,
once he
you'll
clears.
get out
Okay.
of it. You'll be within 20 feet of the nightmare, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll go for the nightmare. So
Okay.
that's just his movement, and then he has 3 attacks, right? Because we get the extra attack.
You get an extra attack because you are all hasted.
So that's 3 big ones for the big beef stew bowl. Yeah, he's just gonna go for it.
Go for it.
That is a 20 not nat,
That'll hit.
and that will be for... Oh, he's using his axe, by the way.
You'll
That
be
will
happy to know that Vasal's axe has not come out yet.
Ozem is slightly disappointed in this. Because the jealousy that he gets for how much bigger her axe is compared to his really helps. Okay, so for that first attack, it is a 7 for damage.
7, okay.
Attack number 2 is a 17.
That hits.
That will be for 8 damage.
Damage.
And as he's doing this, he will be screaming an infernal and probably a tone that no one in the party has heard him before. Just like this really vicious, livid sound that like you think that you've seen him angry before and you've never seen him like this.
Even though it's an infernal and we can't understand it, there's still a lot of beeping noises. A lot of
Yes,
beeped
you
out.
can tell just how upset he is. And then this is a 23,
Hits.
and it will be for baby, thank you, 16 damage.
16. Oof. So yeah, you carve into this, and it's frustrating because you feel like you should be doing a whole bunch of damage, but also this is like this weird amorphous thing, but you are definitely like, even though your axe is passing through mist, you can feel it scattering a little bit. And you're doing damage, not as delightful as you wish you were. But the first blows have been struck, and it is not happy about it. You can hear a low as it's preparing for its turn, but it's not there yet.
He says, after he finishes his attacks, he goes, I've been waiting to do this for a long, long time, and I should have done it the second I had the chance to.
On that note, Rook.
All right. Following in the footsteps of Ozem, I will definitely rush over to attack.
Okay.
And let me see if there's... So I'm already hasted, so that's pretty good already. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was fine then. So then I'll go ahead and attack
Do it.
with a 19 versus AC.
That will hit.
Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and do the damage, which is 9 points of damage. I'll also
Drop a smite.
yes, I will do my divine smite. Spend 1 spell slot to deal 2d8 extra. Yeah.
And is that fire or radiant? I forget which kind of.
Radiance.
Radiant. Okay.
And is this an undead or a fiend?
It is not. It
Okay,
is a
okay.
nightmare.
Then I will. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it all. So I'm gonna do my spell slot to the max, which is an extra 5d8 of damage,
Oh.
which is 30. So that's 30 points of damage. So on my
Wow.
second attack, go ahead and attack again. That one is 15 versus AC.
That does hit, believe
Does
it or
hit?
not.
Okay.
Because it is bound, its AC has gone down a lot.
Okay. Then that'll be 14 points of damage.
Okay.
And then for the third attack, it will be that is a natural 1. So that is not gonna hit.
You swing it through, and your thunk. Hubbard sticks in the ground a little bit, and you have to try and get it out, or maybe play it cool. I don't know what Rook's gonna do.
Okay. And then let me see here. Does it take let me see what lay in hands says really quick. You will pull healing
Lay on
power
hands
as
doesn't
an
have
action. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it has to be an action. No, and I think that's gonna be I usually I'm good. I already used my bonus
I
action.
mean, you did some nice beefy damage there.
Oh, thank you.
Big daddy damage right there.
Nabi.
Nabi is going to just run straight for the big bad.
And you're a monk, so you definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to. So question, since we're hasted, does that mean I get 2 attacks and then I can do a flurry of blows?
Yeah, you get an extra action basically, so you can
An
do
extra
an extra
action.
attack.
Okay, so I'll do, and I'll punch it, or try to, I guess, because it's a nightmare.
I believe your dice are not cursed tonight. I believe
Oh, they might be. I got an 11.
that you whoop, and you feel like maybe you hit a tendril, but it was one of those that was kind of already misting off.
All right, and then she's gonna attack again, and she's gonna get a 9.
Oh, actually, wait.
What?
You
What?
you have the blessing of the mist god, so you get to add a D3 to everything, and you have the blessing of the mist cat, so you get to add another D4.
Oh, right. Okay.
So the first one was a 9,
And add a 1 to that,
10, and then roll
and
your other
then,
D.
and then add another 1 to that.
The first one still doesn't quite make it. But your
And then
I don't remember
the
what your second
second
was.
one-
12?
the second one was a 9.
No, the first one was a 9. I think the
Then
second
the second one was an
12.
11.
An 11? Okay,
Yeah,
then roll your
12.
D3.
So 12, because I got another 1.
How are even your D4s cursed?
I don't know. And then I got another 1, so 13.
Still doesn't quite do it.
Damn it! Alright, I'm busting out the physical dice. Screw this. Done. So yeah, she's gonna run up and whiff a whole bunch and then cry.
You get a third one because you're hasted.
Oh. Right. Okay. So she's gonna punch him again.
Watch him again.
14 plus another one. Another one. 16.
But the good news is that hits. 7.
And then I can use my flurry of blows because it hit.
Mm-hmm.
Hells yeah. So we're gonna hit for 2 more.
2 more damage.
No, we're
Or 2
gonna
more
hit
hits.
2 more times.
Okay.
2 more hits. So
Do it.
10. I know I said I wasn't gonna use these, but whatever. 13.
Doesn't quite do it.
And then I got 20, a nat 20 plus 2, so 27.
That'll hit. You get to double your dice.
Okay, yeah. So 28, that'll hit. So 8. Because 4
8.
doubled. Yeah.
And then don't you get an additional? Hold on. Sure.
I get 2 unarmed strikes as a flurry of blows. But doesn't that
But your unarmed strike it's 1d6 plus 2. Did you add that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I added the 2. So it was 4, so double that is 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you double the dice roll, but then you add the 2 at the end.
Oh, okay. Got it. So it's 4 plus 2, which is 6 then.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry. No worries. I just want to make sure that
No, you're
you're
fine.
doing the math right. Because I'm
Yeah.
not very good at math. So you go in and you like whiff and you like and hit and you whiff and then like you feel almost like something guiding you and you connect. Everyone else make me a perception check.
Oh.
That's an 8.
8. You're still seeing outer space. Like you saw the cosmos and now you're seeing a purple black crackling nightmare. So you're just having a day. You really needed that brandy.
Exactly.
And we still get our +3s on any d20 rolls, right?
Yes.
21.
21. What'd you get, Cozy?
15.
Sorry, 15 or 16?
15.
15? So, Ozum, you're the only one who really sees it. But you swear you see a faint bit of blue mist gathering around Nabi. Just a moment. Anything else, Nabi?
No.
Okay, Willie.
Willie is in the background, pulling out her flute, just watching all this. She sees Ozum lay in and goes, "Yeah, get him!" And then she sees Rook do his thing, and she's like, "Oh my Iwin! Yes! Yes!" And then goes to see Nabby whiffing it. "It's okay! I got you!" And it just grabs her flute and starts fleeting away as she like hits her with Bardic Inspiration.
So that's your bonus action.
Hey.
And you get 2 more actions. And don't forget, when she uses that Bardic Inspiration, she gets something special because of your class.
Yeah. Let me see. What is the special? It's a mode of inspiration, correct?
Yeah, but we'll circle back
We'll
to that
deal.
when she uses it. You've got 2 more actions.
Okay.
So you can
Can-
attack, you can do... The trick is, like, your Bardic Inspiration is a feature, so you're able to do that. You can take an action, but you can only cast 1 spell per round.
Oh,
So
so if
your
I
spell
wanted to
can be an
cast
action
another
or a bonus
spell,
action.
so if I wanted to cast a spell right now, I can't do it.
You can't, because your Bardic Inspiration is not a
I
spell.
gotcha.
It's just a thing that you do. But like, if it's tricky for you because you have 2 actions, but you're mostly like a spellcaster right now.
Word.
So, but you
Alrighty.
can do a cantrip and a spell.
Okay.
How far away is Willie from everyone right now?
So Willie's about 60 feet back, but 20 feet from Jareth, from Vasal. Worth noting, Willie, you are standing in writhing, oily monsters that are going to bite your ankles if you don't move.
Ozum's gonna kind of, like, as he's watching everyone else fight, he will call over his shoulder, like, run! He'll say it in Infernal first. He's kind of slipped into mainly Infernal at this point, but he's gonna say run and then switch to Common or whatever and say run.
And Willie,
Goes
you
back.
can clearly see right behind you is a tentacle, just fucking hanging out, looking menacing. There's about 20 feet of clearance around Vasal, so if you just move about 10 feet, you'll be in that circle. Or if you get within range of the nightmare, there's a clearing there. But right now, you're standing in slimy things.
Yeah. She's just gonna like high waters it, just
Okay.
crab walk it to Vasal.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, let me see.
The tentacle lashes out at you, but misses. Again, you deflect it with your shield because you're being very badass for a very nervous
She's turtling under this shield, just going, okay, this is just like every other battle. You got they have it. You got it. Okay. Bardic Inspiration, dancing lights. And she goes to like grab her club and like do the dancing lights in hopes that lights does something to this mist.
You cast it, and it does get a little bit brighter. It doesn't seem to have a whole lot of effect.
It's like suckerfish. Okay. And
But
she
you still have another action.
Is it possible to cast Blade Ward
It
on
is.
a person?
I believe. Let me double check.
Oh, and it's for myself.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
I thought I could do it to other people, but I guess it'll be myself.
You can do that, or you can. Yeah, you've got a whole list of spells you can use. But yeah, you can use Blade Ward on yourself and go defensive.
All right. I'm under the shield. I just want to take care of myself. No intestines in this battle. Everybody's got this. I'm going to keep it behind Vasal. Let me see.
So yeah, all you have to do
is it possible? I had a question about minor illusion.
Mhm.
Is it possible to use it because it says that you can create a sound or an image or an object? What is the kind of parameters of how big I can make something?
So minor illusions, it can be like about a 5-foot cube. Minor illusion isn't very big. It's more for like a social deception kind of thing. It's not the most battle friendly one.
Okay.
I do believe if you want to dig through your features and traits, you have an ability to just create items. So if there is a particular item you want to create, you are able to do that as your bard feature, one of your bard features, I believe.
Because I didn't think it was possible because Ozim is like 7 foot humongous, but I wanted to sort of have something that's an echo of his attacks to try and throw the nightmare off that would be kind of like in his blind spot or something, just kind of trying its best to distract.
Oh, okay. So you're wanting to use your minor illusion to give, like, maybe Ozim advantage on his swings because he won't know exactly what's happening?
Kind of make it look like his swings are coming from somewhere else.
Yeah, so we
that's
can kind of do
sense.
like, you could do like, whenever he'd swing, you'd like hold your action and he'd do a swing and you'd do like, so it would kind of look like two blades that were slightly different.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Just to see if the nightmare can like be like, okay, which one do I dodge?
I will consider that
advantage.
I will consider that a very clever use of the help action. That will give him advantage on, I'm going to say 2 of his rolls.
Okay.
Seem fair?
I mean, you're the DM. I'm gonna go what you want.
I like it.
Are they consecutive rolls?
Yeah, I'd say like you can do the first 2 swings or the last 2 swings. That can be her call. Because that's when you're going to try to cast the spell. Minor illusion does last for a little while. Advantage on 3 attacks seems like a whole lot. But yeah. I'm down for advantage on 2. This is a very creative use of a spell. I like it. Cool. Okay, I think that is all of your moves.
Oh,
correct?
wait, Willie. So if we wanted to feel like tag teaming something, Ozim does have one other spell that I'm sitting on. Hellish Rebuke is done, but I also have Darkness.
Right.
And I feel like that would work kind of interestingly in tandem with Minor Illusion.
Okay.
So this is magical darkness spreads from a point that I choose within a range to fill a 15-foot radius sphere for the duration. It spreads around all corners. And does the nightmare have dark vision?
Make a perception or an arcana.
Just to find out.
I see what you're putting down, and I'm ready to pick it up.
Oh, perfect. A 25.
This is a creature of nightmare. You feel like it might not only have
Dark vision, but
it might have true sight.
love that.
And it also occurs to you that if you have enshrouded yourself in magical darkness, even if you can see through the magical darkness, Willie could not,
Fair.
being on the outside of it.
Fair.
I mean, well, I don't know if I have any more turns, but I'm gonna wait for the next one because I do have blindness and what's the other one? Deafness.
Jareth
We'll
is
sit on
very
that then.
concerned for this fight. I don't know if y'all can hear it.
Oh, Jared. All right, we'll sit on
Hearing
that
us
then.
on.
Put that in the back pocket, but yes, I will gladly
Yes,
take
Mist Cat
advantage
is with you.
with the minor illusion.
But yeah, I like that. I will make that. That will use your reaction,
Mhm.
because you're gonna have to hold the reaction, and then when he does that, the thing, do that.
Got it.
Cool. And that brings us through our first round. And at the top of the round, the nightmare, the tentacle reaches out and goes unnaturally long, and it actually bends around you, Willie, and slams into Vassal. Let me clear my legendary actions. She makes a Constitution saving throw, which she does not pass. Doing 10 points of damage. And you watch as the nightmare heals a small amount off of her damage. Vassal, again, cries out and casts. It's strange, because a lot of you are at least familiar enough with magic to know that spells like haste are a concentration spell, and should not be able to hold up as she goes into a rage again. It in fact doesn't even look like Vassal is controlling her rage. It is coming off of her in waves of blue-white divine energy. And somehow your haste does not stop, but a spectral shield appears around her, raising her AC by 2. As the nightmare and as a legendary action is going to cast Circle of Death.
That doesn't sound good.
A sphere of energy snaps out from slightly in front of the nightmare, which encapsulates Nabi, Rook, and Ozum. I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Remember, you get +2.
All or just those mentioned?
Just those mentioned. You are with Vassal and out of range of this.
I got a 7.
I got a 26.
Okay.
I also have a 26.
Okay, so
Best
Navi,
friends. 14, 26. Navi, you take 27 points of necrotic damage. The rest of you take half of that. So 16 points of necrotic damage as it... And you feel something sucking water or mist out of you. Nabi,
13
yours
points,
comes out
right, for
blue.
halved?
Yes. Ozum, yours comes out faintly purple. Rook, yours is faintly green. As you feel like you've been suddenly dehydrated. And then 15. Does a 22 hit you? Cozy Spoon, you do have a +2 to your AC.
Oh,
I
it
don't think
definitely
that
hits
gets
me.
you over 22.
Yeah.
Okay. You are resistant to bludgeoning, which is what this would be. So you only take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as this tentacle
Lucky.
naps out.
No
like
guts
super
today.
tiny.
No guts today.
You see us like wither, and then the tentacle's just like.
like literally someone threw a cooked spaghetti noodle at you with
Yeah,
a
you're like,
little
"Ah!"
quite a
Well,
bit
the
of
thing is-
force.
Like, I saw everybody taking heavy damage, so I see this tentacle coming at me. I just scream and go, ah! Oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
Ozum. Oh,
Oh,
Nope,
don't
you're all
say
clear.
oh so excitedly. I don't like that, Kay.
you're all clear. It's fine. None of you are getting bit. It's awesome.
Whatever. He's the nightmare is still bound, right?
It is still bound. You
Can
saw it.
I?
You get the impression that it's going to have to successfully fight and break these binds 3 times. You've only seen it do so once so far.
Can I do like a perception check to see how well a grenade will potentially work on this?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to see. For shits and giggles, you know. A 19.
19. This thing seems to be more damaged by magical things than non-magical things. But
Cool.
I mean, stuff blows up. Stuff blows up.
Would it work better, do you think, in your opinion?
Look, you're a barbarian, so very few things work better than your crits.
I mean, if Ozim pulls the pin and holds on to it, then jumps into the nightmare.
The nightmare is kind of amorphous. So as long as you're hitting it from the outside, if you get it inside, probably isn't going to make a difference if you're holding onto it or not.
Okay. So, don't do anything too drastic.
If you want to do a suicide mission, I'm not going to tell you to not do a suicide mission.
This isn't the moment yet.
This is
It will
if
come
Ozum
to
wants to
him
go
at
down
some
and around the
point.
flames, I'm not going to tell Ozum no.
I know.
This is
This
your
isn't how
big
he'd
boss
want to
battle.
go out.
So we're like, you better watch
Um,
yourself. I'll kill myself. It's like,
This is your big boss battle. Some people like to go out in a blaze of glory. I'm here for it if that's what you want to do.
Honestly, who'd prefer if one of the other people had to stab him because he was getting tempted? He's not really one for that much flourish, let's be real. No, I think he'll hold on to the grenade for a little bit longer.
Okay.
So I guess this boy has no magic no magical items or no magic things, so he's just gonna keep using the axe.
Do it.
And
I
the
mean, you're a barbarian, so
He truly is, isn't
kind of
he?
what you do.
It is. The gnome currently has a higher AC than the shirtless barbarian.
I mean, that's what artificers do.
Can we just say I got a nat 20, and so with modifiers, that's a 27, but that was in fact a nat 20. So we were talking about crits.
I put it in the universe,
You
and now
did
you're
put it
going to
in
hit
the
my big bad
universe.
guy real hard, real early on. Like, we got
Yeah.
2 crits already.
So that's a crit, isn't it?
Roll me your
Okay.
damage, double your
Hmm.
dice, and then add your modifier.
So I'm rolling 2d12 for this attack.
Roll what you would normally roll, double the dice roll, then add your modifier.
Oh, I love this.
So long as you don't roll a 1.
Luckily, I didn't. So it's gonna be 18 damage on the crit.
And then you get 2 more attacks.
Yeah, I do, don't I?
Yeah, you do. You jerk.
Nah, that's you gave us the blessing. Don't call me a jerk.
I said it. I put it out there.
That's a 24.
That'll hit.
Yes, it will.
But like, I feel bad when I talk to people who main barbarians. They're like, I want to do something creative. I'm like, cool, do something creative, but also know that if you crit.
That's a 7 for damage on the second attack.
That'll do it.
Third attack is a 20, not nat. That would have been great. But no,
No,
20
it
not
wouldn't
nat.
No.
He's gonna talk. He's gonna talk while he's doing this. You guys are probably gonna hear Ozem talk more than he's talked in a while. It might mostly be an infernal, but he's gonna be talking. I think while
like
he's
Infernalin?
attacking, yeah,
Like the infernal version of Spanglish, right?
yeah. Like you'll hear some common words. You'll know exactly what he's trying to convey, even if you can't understand a good portion of it. He'll basically be saying like, you destroyed my life, and I have never been able to forgive myself, and I will never be able to forgive you. And you've ruined every good thing I've ever had, and any hopes I've ever had. For lying to me, for lying to all of us, and telling us that we couldn't have dreams. But guess what, fuckface? I do have a dream now. I learned that dreams were not the thing we had to be afraid of. And then for his third damage, it's going to be a 7 again.
7. Okay. You
And he
lay
says-
into this.
And now my dream is dead.
And with it's a legendary action, you take this damage, whack, whack, and you see this cloud of mist, purple and crackling with red lightning, and it engulfs you for a moment as the nightmare's withering. And with a natural 20, it grabs you in its space for just a moment. No joke.
You put it into the universe! Oh fuck. What are you gonna do to him?
It deals 6 points of necrotic damage to you and sucks it into itself to heal for 6.
Oh, he laughs. Ozem lets out the most terrifying laugh you've ever heard. Like, he sounds like he is enjoying it. And he's like, keep doing it. Keep hurting me. Nothing hurts anymore.
I'll take your dreams.
You did already. You did already. My dream is dead. So do whatever the fuck you feel like. She's gone. I've nothing left.
And Rook.
Is Nabi near me?
Yeah, you were all like within like about 20 feet of each other, kind of arced around in front of this nightmare to be able to be in. I assume you're not stacked up, so I assume you've spread out a little bit, but you're not super spread out.
Okay. He'll head over to Nabi, and wherever like the main obvious like injury point is for where it is, he'll just like slap it and be like, "You're doing good, bud," and then give you 15 points of HP.
Nabi's not the only one with healing punches.
Yeah, healing supportive slaps, and then so that was one of my 3 actions because we still have 3, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You are still hasted.
Perfect. So then he'll return.
Thank you.
Ozim's at half health, by the way.
Then he will go and walk over to Ozum, and then also slap him on the back and be like, "You are also doing good, bud," and then give him the last 15, and then there we go.
I love that. I'm sure you made sure to not leave the nightmare's range, so you like slap Nabi, and then you're like, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me."
Pardon me.
excuse
Excuse me. It still counts. It still counts. 5 feet. 5 feet.
Yep, yep,
and then,
yep.
and then for his last attack, he'll go ahead and he'll look over to Willie just to make sure, and then is Willie fine? You good? Okay. Just see a slight little like slice on the cheek, and he will. It's a bonus action, so he will look to Willie, and then cast Shield of Faith, which gives you a +2 AC. So you should have +4 AC because it's on top of the haste as well. So.
Really got all the AC.
Willie, this isn't fair.
You're not
This is
dying
like a
today.
tank of a gnome.
The meat shield literally has like such a low AC next to the gnome.
And then that
I've
was a
been
bonus
juicing.
action. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Your artificer steroids, just like. So okay,
That's what you've been synthesizing the whole time.
okay, good. I got a 25 to my attack against the.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, and then it'll be 8 damage, 8 points damage,
8 points.
and then that'll be my turn.
Okay. Nabi.
All right, she's feeling a little bit better. Not any less angry. So she's just gonna use one attack and she's gonna chuck her spear at the thing, even though I don't think she's that far away, but she wants to.
I'll assume you're gonna throw it like deep within, so I won't make you do it at disadvantage.
Please and thank you.
Don't say I'm not kind.
Don't forget
And
you
then-
got that bardic.
Yeah. Can I still wait? I still have the mist thing, and then do we still have the other thing?
You still have a 3, yeah. So
Let me
you
just-
every time you attack,
Yeah.
roll a d3 and then roll a d4, and if you get a 4, re-roll it, and then roll a d4
Okay.
and add both of those.
Okay. Oh wait, I didn't mean to do 2, but so 1, 2, 3, so 15. Does 15 hit?
15 will hit.
Yes. For 9 damage,
9 damage. Okay.
and then she's gonna like chuck her spear, and then
Mhm.
like run after her spear and just fucking follow up with some punches.
Okay. Do it.
Yeah, except not maybe. I really need to stop just automatically using digital dice. It's really, really making me upset. 13. Does 13 hit?
13. Slightly, your spear just goes kind of slightly to the side and thunks into the ground nearby.
Alright, and then we'll try
Well, is
the
it-
But-
last.
Is it the
You do
13
hear-
plus 4 for the miscat stuff and all that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
You do hear a nice little as it slams into one of the dark mantles on the other side.
Oh, sweet. And then my last punch is gonna do. I'm still getting freaking Brussels sprout. Right. 4, 5. That's a 9. It's probably not gonna hit. And then and then I have a. Can I use my Bardic Inspiration?
Is your bardic?
Is it an 8 or a?
Willie, is your bardic an 8 or a 6 at this level? I am checking.
That I'm not sure. It looks like a 6.
6. Yes,
6,
1d6.
1d6. 9, 10, 11, so 12, so it doesn't hit.
Nope.
I tried. Yeah, and then she's Oh, I still have a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Anything be done with that moat or no?
Oh, that's so. Mote of potential for an attack roll. The target and each creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take damage equal to the number on that dice. So it rolls a 14. DC 14 meets it, beats it. So you rolled a what on that?
That last hit
On
was
the Bardic dice.
on the Bardic dice, I rolled a 3.
3? Okay, so you whiff and yet a little crackle, and you swear it sounds like a really bad note from a recorder. Snaps off your fist and deals 3 points of damage.
Hells yeah. Did something.
Gotcha.
So as my bonus action, I'm going to spend a key point and take the dodge action as my bonus action.
Cool. So you square up and are ready. Willie, it is your turn. You are standing a few feet from Vasal. There is a great big tentacle hanging out really nearby, kind of looming near you, and your friends are all squared up around the nightmare. Some of them not looking too bad, but also not looking great.
Okay. Is it possible to cast blindness and deafness on this nightmare?
It is. Make me a wisdom or arcana check.
Okay. 19, 20, 22.
Yeah, this is a nightmare that's a demigod. You don't think it's going to work.
Oh, okay. Then can I cast, let me see. Can I do, would pyrotechnics do the same deal?
Let me double check your spells here. Pyrotechnics. I think that does damage too.
Oh.
That's a higher level spell. Display of colors. Saving through or be blinded. Smoke from the target. Yeah, unfortunately, no, this does not do damage. Yeah, this Ozum figured it out. I'm gonna say with that roll you do too. This thing has true sight, which means it can't be blinded, it can't be deafened, and even if you're in complete darkness, it can see.
Come on. Alrighty.
Ray of Sickness might be a good one to cast, because that one is poison damage, and so that might be a decent one. Yeah.
Then I will give it a shot.
Remember what Vasal said earlier about poison.
Oh, poison! It's okay. Never mind.
But, I mean, worth a shot, or find out if you can. But just remember, the whole issue with Ozum and poison and.
Oh boy. Did I go for it? I kind of want to go for it, just to see what happens.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
What level are you gonna cast it at?
Where am I? Second level.
Second level. So, you
Just
get
in
to-
case. So
Yeah,
that's
so-
kind of
so-
big line.
She'll roll a
make a-
d20 and then add plus 10, or it's normally plus 6, and then how many? What's the bonus?
Right. So you're gonna roll your d20. You're gonna add a d3, which means you're gonna roll a d4, and if you get a 4, you're gonna re-roll it to see
Okay.
what you get. So what did you get on the dice on the d20?
19, and the
19.
D4
Damn.
is a 1.
A 1, and then roll one more d4
Okie dokie.
because you got a blessing from Vasal, and you have the blessing of the Mist Cat.
I got a 3.
3. You hit it. So
Yeah.
you get to roll 3d8.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me see. Where is my D8? Rolling. 18.
Damn, that's a lot.
18.
And it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
And it rolled a 16, and it's got a plus
Beat a-
4 modifier.
Yeah, beat a 14. Yeah, so
So,
Just so
You
you
did
know,
not
this ray of
poison it,
sickness.
but you did 18 points of damage, and you still have an action
Oh, yeah.
that
and a
was
bonus
good.
action.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Dig it. Alrighty.
So you cast a spell, which
Who's-
means at this point you are limited to a cantrip or using your crossbow.
Okay, let me see what I got by the way.
Miss
of
Cat is not in the
Kinti.
picture yet. Stop
So
yelling.
the other thing that you could do, and if you don't want my help, let me know, because yeah.
No, I'm totally down for help.
We love
Okay.
you, D.
Another one is Sanctuary. So you ward a
I
creature.
was just gonna do
Yeah,
that. I was
Um,
gonna
that'd be
do
a good one
that.
because I think Ozim needs help.
I was just gonna
Unfortunately-
ask if he was still being held.
Yeah, unfortunately, can't do 2 spells in a turn
Yeah.
Oh darn it!
Oh, okay.
unless it's a cantrip.
Unless it's a cantrip. Okay, if you can do
Sanctuary is awesome, but it's not a cantrip.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm guessing that Ozim will probably be grabbed again. So for the next time,
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I don't think it's flailing him. I think it's just like the mist surrounds
That
him.
was
and
that
it's-
was a legendary action.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So the other thing
Um,
you could do is healing word because that's a bonus action. So if you want to throw healing out, you could do that. Or
I'm pretty sure healing word is still a spell.
Yeah.
Well, people have done spells and then done bonus action for
You
stuff.
can do a cantrip as a spell and then
Yeah.
a bonus
Mm,
action
okay.
spell.
Then Bardic Inspiration, I guess, in addition with your normal attacks. Yeah.
Point of note, because Wheelie's gonna want to ask about this, just to give us a bit of a recap.
Mhm.
When we were encountering Tezek and we defeated him, Willie took his little orb and
I was
she
literally
had it
about
in
to
the mage
ask the
hand.
same thing.
And she has it in her pocket. Is it possible for her to pull it out and kind of like try to grab Nabby's attention and be like, "What do we do with this?"
What do you think, Nabby?
The thing? here?
I mean, the thing didn't necessarily work, but we can try it. We got nothing else at this point, and I'm just whiffing at dust. So, I mean, I'm down.
Ozim's yelling in Infernal, while it's bound, do it while it's bound.
I don't
Well,
know what
she-
you're saying.
Is it possible to use my mage hand and have it be handed over to Nabby since she's the puncher? Because I'm not gonna run up in there.
So as you hold this up, Visal is holding this thing and says, that might help with the binding for a while. You feel like if you were to use this, which would mean breaking it, you might allow Visal to, you might allow Visal to hold this binding and force the nightmare to roll at disadvantage to try and break out.
Alrighty. Well, she's gonna like get into a baseball pitcher's pose with her mage hand. She's gonna just fling this spectral hand, and that spectral hand is gonna like football spike it. Just
You watch it shatter and you watch this. It's very strange because it is a red purple energy, but it's a different kind of red purple energy from the nightmare itself. And you watch it wrap itself around this nightmare and kind of enforce those blue bonds. They don't look as strong. They look like they're going to not last as long. But you've definitely helped to bind this nightmare. And you still have a bonus action if you would like to use it.
well, that tentacle is still creeping on me, so I'm gonna scramble with my flute and my crossbow and try to whip around and smack it.
Okay, I will let you do the mage hand thing as your bonus action, since you're just shoomp. And so roll me an attack with your crossbow, which is roll a d20. You have
Come on, big money.
7 to hit with your crossbow.
It's a 13.
So that's a 20 plus a d3 plus a d4. That's going to hit. So roll, you get 1d8 plus 4.
Okay. So do it 4 times?
No. Roll 1d8 and then add 4 to whatever you roll.
Oh, okay, I got it. That makes more sense. I was like, that's a lot. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I would have given you a way too powerful crossbow.
If
Okay.
if it is saying to roll more than one of them, it would say like 2d10. So like for me, it's
Oh.
2d10 plus modifier. So I'm rolling
Gotcha.
2d10s. Yeah.
So you turn and whoop, and your crossbow bolt sinks into this tentacle and it just vanishes into a puff of mist.
And Willie is so shocked that she practically levitates that she goes,
All right. And we are back at the top of the round. The nightmare presses slightly against the bonds and then lashes out with 2 attacks. You can see this weird amorphous thing can apparently push itself into a physical shape. And it strikes out twice, once with a bludgeoning blow at you, Rook, and once with a slashing blow at Vassal. Goodness. Does a 13 hit, Rook?
It does not.
Okay. And that misses Vassal as well. So it lashes out twice, and you can feel it just like quiver with rage as its attacks do not land. Vassal's dream magic again goes off, and you watch it. And you see the shield around her shatter, but at the same time, a death ward pops up on each of you. So for the next 2 rounds, you all have death ward, which means if you die, you immediately pop back up with 1 health.
We're not going to need that, though, right? We're not gonna, there's no reason we should.
What? The Nightmare didn't hit. Why would that happen? Who knows what the Dreaming God is doing? You all are free of those. And Ozem, it's back to you.
Ozem sees the Nightmare missing his attacks and is just like, like creepy laughter again. The Ozem that you are seeing is just not familiar at this point. Like Willie said that Ozem scared her before. You probably hate whatever you're seeing right now. And he's just gonna keep on wailing in on the Nightmare, and will still be screaming in Infernon as he does it, with just more and more talk about how his dream is dead and there's nothing left for him. Yes, the first attack is a 17.
That will hit.
And that will be for 13.
13 points of damage.
An 18.
18 hits.
For 7 points of damage.
Problem with barbarians, it's really hard sometimes to tell what's attack damage versus what's like roll a hit.
That's why I'm doing them in order, like
I appreciate.
not instead of 3 attack rolls then 3 damage
This is
rolls.
somehow
that'd be
less
too
complicated than Tazik fight, and yet I'm still struggling.
much.
Too many
Oof.
legendary actions, y'all.
The third and final of his attacks for this round will be a 23
Yeah, that hits.
for another 13 points of damage.
18. You carve into it, spewing infernal the whole time. And yet somehow you just hear a quiet laugh. Oh, yeah.
Ozem just screams.
Rook, you
Angrily,
hear
not
Ozem
in fear.
scream, and it is your turn.
So for me, I will, with my passive perception, does anyone look like super damaged, like super messed up, or does everyone seem pretty solid?
Willie's feeling herself. She's feeling good.
I'm good.
We're good? Okay, perfect. So then he will, this like Nightmare, has it been moving its center mass at all, or has it been like centrally located essentially?
It seems like it's shifting a little bit within the bounds, but it's not like moving around the space. But it's definitely constrained, and it doesn't like it.
Okay.
But it's not.
He will then do Moonbeam right on its like center mass, and then like, you
Nice.
know, have its pole arm and just be like, Maliki, I need you now, like please help me out, as it just like pours down. So you probably know Moonbeam, but just in case. Silver beam, pale light, shines down, 5-foot radius. When the creature enters a spell area for the first time or starts a turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames, and it must do a Constitution saving throw. It needs to beat a 13 or higher, or take
It did a nat 20,
nat 20. Okay.
but you get half damage.
Yes. So it'll take half damage, which is
Hey, y'all, at least he's not getting nat 20s on attack rolls.
so it'll be 9 damage.
9
So
damage.
it was 19, and then just rounding down, so 9.
Right.
And then
Perfect.
after that, he will attack with his halberd.
Revealing true form only happens if you fail.
I'm sorry, say it again?
There's a part of Moonbeam about revealing true form. Does that only happen if you fail, or does that happen regardless?
Let me check. I think it's a shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage. If it fails, it also instantly reverts to its original form and cannot assume a different form.
Okay.
So, is it a shape changer?
Ish, but even so, the second was a not natural 19.
Okay. And then, all right. So,
It's less that it's a shape changer, more that it doesn't have a true form. But I was going to give you the technicality anyway.
okay. And then a 16 to hit.
16 to hit will hit.
Okay. And then that'll be 14 damage. And then on the final attack,
Y'all are wailing on my boy.
it is 24 to AC.
24 will hit.
And then that is another 14 damage.
14 damage.
More afraid of when he starts wailing back.
I know, right? If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. At the end of your turn, as a legendary action, it uses Soul Wither, Lesser Soul Wither. And a 30-foot sphere opens up, just misses you, Willie. Does catch Vasal. And I need the 3 of you to make a Constitution save.
And we all get +2.
I'll get +2.
21 for me.
21.
I got a 7.
Oh no.
So I got more
27.
heals for you.
7. So, you and Vasal will take $19 points of necrotic damage, and the rest of you take half as much.
That includes me.
No.
Okay.
You were just outside of range. So it was 19, 19, and then 2 9s, right? So 19 times 2 and 9 times 2 is, okay.
What are you doing in here?
And Nabi, you lose 2 levels of stability. Ozum and Rook, you both lose 1 level of stability. So Nabi and Ozum, you both have disadvantage on perception checks now.
Ooh, Ozum had like
I'm sorry, not
stacks.
Ozum, Nabi.
I was about to say, hold on. That boy was
Was
incredibly
looking at the wrong
stable.
thing. No. You watch as again moisture just starts getting sucked out of you, and you feel yourself start to wither as just pain and memories start getting ripped from your mind. Nabi.
I have a quick question. I'm assuming I already know the answer, but I figured I'd ask.
Is it possible for a character, as a reaction to the events happening, to make an action out of order? Do I have to wait for my turn?
So reactions usually only happen if what's up, D?
Oh no, you can answer her, and then I'll go to the next thing. Yeah.
Oh, reactions are usually happen to something happening, like someone leaving your combat range. You can like hold an action to use as your reaction. That does take your reaction. So like if something pops up next to you, you don't get your reaction. But that's the reason for initiative, is that honestly, all like a round of initiative is 6 seconds. So while it takes us a while to get through it all, this is all happening very fast in real time.
And like
Okay.
Ozim used a spell as a reaction for being damaged. So
Did the creature already start do its turn? Was that the Soul Wither thing?
That was a legendary action. It moves at the very beginning. It attacked twice at the very, very beginning.
Oh, okay. So it goes first in the order.
Yes.
Got it. Sorry.
It
Okay.
rolled really high for initiative. Yeah, right now, Willie, your only reactions are opportunity attack, which means if something is up against you and it leaves your combat range, you get to hit it as it leaves. Different classes and races and things have different reactions, potentially.
Taking notes.
We'll finish this round. So, and then we can either pick up here next week, or if you all want to try and get through another couple rounds, it's up to y'all. We started late. I don't want to keep you too late. I want to respect your time.
how far do we have to go?
Yeah, if you had to guess, how much more time? Yeah.
How many more turns?
It's starting
That's
to look a little
spoilery.
bit rough. Starting
For
to look kinda
us
rough.
or for him?
For the nightmare. I mean, the nightmare is not, but you have noticed that it's done a couple things that have healed it. That
Yeah.
Oh,
last
is that
one,
the
it
Soul
got-
Wither thing? Is it? Oh. I don't like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a jerk. We'll finish this round of combat, then we'll see how we feel if we want to do another round of combat. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. So, Navi's.
Right before you go to move, you take your action. You see the world go black for a moment. You see yourself looking down on yourself, sitting inside Drixilla's library. Only it expands as far as the eye can see, an infinite spread of knowledge in every direction. And it moves up, and you see just this parabola of unfolding stacks and shelves, books and parchment. And you hear all of the knowledge of the dreaming world is yours to read and explore if you stay your hand.
Oh, fuck.
Do we notice this happening to her?
Hey, stop that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she's gonna like be really drawn to it, like very like, oh shit, okay, like consider it maybe just a little tad too long, and then the image of Tessic is gonna like appear in her mind, and she's gonna remember, and then she's gonna be like, shit, no, I don't want to do that, and like shake it off a little bit, and then like, I know she's not a barbarian, so she can't like go into a rage, but like goes and like screams her mother effing head off, and like just runs at him and just starts wailing like he killed her parents or something.
Roll it like you mean it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm trying.
The angriest one.
Roll angrier. So she's just gonna use her 3 attacks to wail on it, and she's gonna get a nat 1, so that's fun.
Just
Yeah.
and you get even more angry. You're like, I'm not a barbarian,
no.
but I'm still angry.
Yeah. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the total that's 11, but it's not gonna hit. So there's
And that's
one.
with your extra D4s, right?
Yes. Yeah. With
Okay.
my extra D4, it's an 11.
I'm trying
but
to
I
help
got a
you out
nat
here.
one. I know. I appreciate you. I do. I got. Ooh, this one's good. This will be a good one. 18, 19, 20, 21.
That hits.
Get
him. Get him.
For 7.
7. And you scream your head off and slam into this. And this image in your mind shatters, and you just hear, it's not for you.
And I'm gonna hit him again. Oh, I didn't roll it again. So 10, 11, 15.
Yes!
Oh, yeah. And that does 5.
5.
Yeah, and then she's going to use her flurry of blows and hit him 2 more times.
Yes.
So 6, 7, 8, 10 doesn't hit.
Nope.
Right, and then she's got one more. She's got one more. $19, $20, $21.
That hits.
Fuck yes. 6 damage.
6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
As your fist slams into this, as a legendary action, it reaches out and grabs up your arm and uses Nightmare's Withering. I need you... Nope, it just happens. You take 3 points of necrotic damage as it sucks that life force into itself. Willie.
Willie is trying not to tinkle out of fear. I have a question.
Hip.
Because I know we have all these bonuses and stuff. I just want to make sure if I can do it first. Is it possible to cast 2 spells on my turn?
Only if one of them's a cantrip.
Oh, darn it.
That's the trick about that's the bugger about spellcasters. But you do have a crossbow with a +7, so you can stay back.
Okay. Because my thought was that I wanted to cast Sanctuary on Nabby for the next round, but then I was thinking, I noticed that every time Willie would notice that every time the Nightmare does his thing, he's taking from her teammates, and she's like, might be a good idea to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter so that he's incapacitated.
With the roll you did earlier, you know that this creature is immune to prone.
Alrighty, then I will go full Sanctuary. She just waggles her club. Alright, is it possible to cast it on Nabby?
Absolutely. You want to tell Nabby what she gets?
Yeah, what's it do?
You ward a creature within range against attack. Until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On the failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack. Yeah.
Yee. So you do have another attack and a bonus action.
Okay,
Wait.
I'm gonna...
How
Oh, go
long
ahead.
does that last again?
It is
Sorry.
concentration, I believe.
1 minute.
Okay, thank you.
So 10 rounds.
Nice. Alrighty. And I can't cast Ray of Sickness because that's not a cantrip.
Great.
Alrighty. Then I'm gonna just do my crossbow thing.
Do it.
Crossbow. And that is a D4? Or do I
You
roll a 20 first?
D20 to see if it hits.
Yeah.
And then you add
Big money, no whammy. 11?
11 plus 7 plus
Okay.
your D4 plus your D4, and yes, that is going to hit.
Holy moly. Okay.
You didn't know you were a little badass, but you are.
Apparently, like my flute is no longer a soprano. It's just do. All right, so it's a D4.
It's
That's
a
one.
D8 plus 4.
Oh, okay. Where is it? 3. That's better.
3 plus 4, so that's 7 points of damage.
7.
And you have a bonus action. Anything else you want to do with that?
Bonus action. Let's see.
Oh no!
Uh,
Sanctuary was a bonus action, so you still have another action, so you can shoot it again if you want to.
Okay. Let's do it. I had no idea. Okay. Let's... D20, let's shoot it. 11.
11?
Mhm.
Was that straight on the die?
Yeah.
Okay, so 11 plus 7 plus
Oh my
D4
goodness.
plus D4, you hit.
Okay.
Roll a D8.
This crossbow is like awesome. A 4. Nice.
So 4 plus 4, you did 8 points of damage there. And it shudders. And that brings us to the end of the round. Do y'all want to go one more, or do you want to come back next week? No pressure if
Believe-
anyone is tired and wants to go.
I'm done for
leave it
one
up to
more.
you
That's
guys.
fine.
I am too.
I can do whatever.
Alrighty. It brings us to
need
the
to
top of
know.
the round. And it is the nightmare's turn again.
Moonbeam.
Oh, that's right. How
I'm not gonna forget.
much does that do at the beginning? Do you roll it?
Nope, you're gonna roll it. It's Constitution saving
Oh,
throw.
it's Constitution
Yeah,
save?
you need a 13 or higher, and you take half damage if you fail. Sorry, you roll with a disadvantage because you're shape
Right.
changer.
Well, its Constitution saving is 10. Plus 10. And I rolled a 9 and a 14.
9/14. Okay.
So, it's cool, unless it's going to be real hard to not pass that. But, how much do I take?
7. So it's 15. So it'll be 7 points.
7 points. Awesome. It shudders as this light continues to pierce into it. And make a perception check for me.
Let's see here. That'll be a 9.
Yeah, light continues to pierce into it. Oh, it is really mad now. It's going to look at you holding this spell. And it is going to cast Blight. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
That'll be a 9.
Uh, 16. You take 42 points of necrotic damage as it casts a 4th level spell on you. And just sucks the moisture out of you. You feel yourself dry out. You almost feel like your skin is trying to flake away. It's so suddenly dry. Are you still up?
No, I'm down. Yeah.
Okay, well you go down, but you pop back up to 1 HP with
Oh,
your
okay.
death ward. And then
That's rough.
it is going to take a swing at you, Ozum.
Bring it on.
Does an 18 hit?
So I've been meaning to ask because I feel like we barely touched on it.
Mhm.
Willie had made something for Ozim.
Mm-hmm.
Did that give him an extra boost to anything? I cannot
That
remember.
was
And
it was strengths and strength saving throws. She asked if you wanted a higher AC or if you wanted strength, and you wanted advantage on strength.
what is it supposed to be adding to my strength? Because I might have been rolling wrong this whole time.
It added, I think, was it +2? Remember. Jareth, I love you, not right now. I'm gonna have to pull it up because she's got a very long list of things that she can do. But it
I'm trying
added
to
to your
look through
strength.
I'm trying to look through my list, and I have this is my notes. It says
Yeah.
Ozim, armor infused with magical strength, 1 attunement, 6 charges, expending a charge, add a bonus to roll, which is your int modifier, and expend 1 charge to avoid being knocked prone.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you're knocked prone, you could pop it. Yeah. It does various things, but in this case, in this exact moment, it does not help you.
No, okay. But I don't just have a general bonus to my strength. I have to use a charge.
Yes.
Okay. Never mind, I'm
But
rolling
you get
fine.
6 charges.
Fair. He's not going to remember to do that. That went way too over his head.
I respect the in character.
It's like, press this button. He's like, nah.
Like, no.
Nah. Fair.
Yes, because for whatever reason, this barbarian is not very beefy, and so an 18 does in fact hit him.
Okay. Well, the good news is. 5.
Wow, Willie is
12
feeling
points
so
of
busy.
damaged, which is halved because you are raging.
Have I supposed to have been having all of this? Even when I had my saving throws?
Not your magical, but because this is actually bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
When these ammo when it actually just like hits you, it can be any type, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, because that's just one of its features.
Mm-hmm.
But these spells, yeah, you don't get to.
Okay, so it's
you
6.
get to reduce fire.
6 damage.
6 damage.
Sick. All right, he's fine. I was worried it was going to be a 42-point hit, and I was like, beefy boy is about to die.
4th level spells are nasty, man.
Yes.
It is then going to use one of its legendary actions to defy the Dreaming God. And you watch. Oh, disadvantage. Oh, it's still. You watch as the binds that Tasik made shatter, and you watch it weaken. The binds, the silver blue binds around it. Vasal cries out, and at that exact moment, again goes into her rage. Nope, wrong dice. I need this one. As magic pulses out, and those of you with any arcane understanding know that it's bound with a different kind of power. And for this next turn, any spell with a save, anything that it has to save against, is going to be rolled at disadvantage, as the Dreaming God fills its minds with visions, distracting it from its mission. So if you were going to cast a spell with a saving throw, now is the time. Also at that moment, every time you get in this situation, and this time you're going to yell at me, I'm still... And you watch as the Mist Cat appears and starts running figure 8s through Vasal's feet. And she's like, Rashawn, now is not the time. He's like, I'm here to help. I don't want it to get loose either. And is just running figure 8s between her feet and snapping at any of the dark mantles that start to crawl in. Because as those binds shattered, that circle of 20 feet shrank to 15. As you feel the power of the Dreaming God keeping this thing bound weaken. And back to you, Vasal. Back to you, Ozim.
Did Vasal use her turn?
Vasal used her. She's doing most of her concentration to keep this thing bound, so she's checking that, and that's when her rage goes off. That's her turn.
So who has spells that could be cast right now? That should be cast right now. I will hold my turn if there are people who need to cast first.
I'd be down to hit it with the ray of sickness one more time.
Yeah, it's the whole round.
Oh, it's the whole round? Okay.
Yes.
Can Ozim will hold his turn and allow spells to go first that might weaken him a bit more before he does physical attacks. If there's anything that could potentially make the nightmare more susceptible to physical attacks.
So you're going to use your reaction. I will let you do all 3 of your attacks, but use your reaction to hold it, and you tell me when you're going to use it this round.
I'll finish the round. I'll be the last one.
Cool. So you're going to use your reaction to go at the end of the round. Rook.
Rook's gonna
Right
cough
as
up
you
blood.
start
Huh?
to take an action, the world goes black. And you see the faces, pained, sad, dying, bleeding, of everyone that you have ever let down. They drift one by one through your vision. And you hear a rumbling voice. Stay your hand, and I will wipe you from their memories. I will free you from the prison of their disdain.
For a moment, he'll waver and weaken a little bit, but then he will double his resolve as he imagines Asusena, his master and mentor, with him. And he will grit his teeth as he coughs up blood and spits out a tooth, and then does cure wounds on myself for 3 points of healing damage, or healing, yeah. And then he will go to strike at Okay, good. 24 versus AC.
That hits.
Okay. And then that is 14 damage.
Yeah.
And then 19 versus AC.
Hits.
Okay. And then 13 damage.
13 damage.
And let me check here really quick. Cure Wounds was an action, so that's all of me. Yeah, I think that was everything. So yeah, that's it.
You're hanging in there, but only just. Navi.
Nabi's like not doing too good, but it's okay. She'll get through it. She's going to she's still in that state of just like in her head, like just taking all of her frustrations out on this goddamn thing. So she's just gonna continue to punch in a rage, basically. Not even paying attention to anything that's going on around her. She's no idea where anybody else is. She's just like lost in it.
Roll me that sweet roll to hit.
I'm working on it. 14.
14 hits. That's exactly its AC when it's bound.
For 6 damage.
6, okay.
Yeah. And then she's gonna do for 19, 25.
Hits. I see the rage coming through now.
Yeah, for 7.
7.
And then her last action hit 13, 15, 19.
19.
For 3 damage.
3 damage.
And then she's going to use her flurry of blows and
Yes.
hit 2 more times and just go nuts.
Monks, man.
Yeah, we do the thing sometimes. 16. So 20, not natural.
Okay. Hits.
For 4 damage.
4 damage.
And then she has one last one. 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21.
21.
Jesus,
Hits.
she's like she's nuts. She's like very upset
Jeez.
right now.
I feel it.
7 damage for that
7?
last one. Yeah.
Okay. You. Anything else from you?
No. She's just wailing at it.
Death
And
by a
Clearly.
1,000 punch.
as your turn ends, Ozum, need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
– 15.
You've just laid into this thing. You're preparing for more when you feel something crawl beneath your skin
Of course.
and down your arm. And we'll deal with that on your next turn.
Well,
Willie.
that's at the end of the round, but
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. All right. Is it possible to cast Ray of Sickness 3rd level?
Do it.
All right, I'm doing it. And I am D20. See if it hits. Oh, please.
Come on.
18.
Come on. Wait, what did you say?
I rolled an 18, but I know it has a
18?
bunch of pluses.
Yeah, you have a bunch of
Okay.
pluses. You're well over it. So you get to do second higher. So you get 4d8
Holy crap. All at once, right?
all at once.
2, 3, 4. Let's hit it.
And I make a constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh,
Not rolling the d12.
that's a lucky 13. Hope.
Well, that's a nat 1.
Beefy
Actually,
boy, beefy boy.
That's a straight up fuck.
Willie's voice got deeper. It went, yeah.
Failed save is poisoned till the end of its next round. And you have to roll 4d8 for me.
Again?
Oh. Did you already roll 4d8?
Yeah.
What was the damage?
13. Well, I rolled a 13.
Wait. You rolled 4d8 and the total of that roll from those 4d8 was 13.
You
roll
got it.
again. That feels really low.
I know that feels really low.
I
would
don't
roll
think that's
again.
right.
2,
Roll
3,
again.
4. 4d8. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's 19.
Okay. Like for a 3rd level spell, I feel like it should hit a little bit more. And it is now suffering from the poison condition, which I think is actually one of the things it is not resistant to. All right.
And is that the only spell I can cast? The only other ones are cantrips, right? Correct?
You can do a cantrip. You can do an attack also with your second
Okay.
move if you want to.
Fire the fucking crossbow, Willie. Fucking
Yeah.
do it.
I'm doing it.
You've been rolling real well with that crossbow.
Shockingly.
I'm a little angry about it. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, let's roll this d20, see what happens. That's a B. That's a 20.
Okay. So roll your
Did the
D8.
gnome just crit?
The gnome just critted.
This is our like, yeah. They saw me
With
like
the
get stabbed,
crossbow.
and then
Roll
All
me
the
a
freaking
D8.
rage of the
Double
You're
that.
intestines.
amazing. You're amazing right now.
Okay. Roll the
Look at-
d8 twice, correct?
Well, no,
Rosen
roll
will
a
kiss
D8.
the gnome
Okay.
on the mouth.
Oh, don't tempt me.
She might be into it.
No, 2?
2, so 4 plus 4.
Okay.
So that's 8.
Love it.
Oh, baby,
But-
everyone's into a smooch from Ozim.
Everyone else, make me a perception check.
Shut up. No. The one time they see Willie being cool.
25.
17?
I got a nat 1.
Oh.
You're really not feeling great, Nabi. But you just wailed into this
She's just
thing.
dropping
You're feeling
elbows,
really good
yeah.
about that. And
Yeah.
actually, Willie, you also roll me a perception check.
Okay, dokie. Let's see if I'm just as exhausted. Yep, 4.
Okay. Ozum
Well, that's
and
a 6,
Rook,
but whatever.
you both, since 6 seconds around, this is happening very quickly. You both see faint blue-white light coming off of both Willie and off of Nabi, but it's brighter off of Nabi. Ozum, who do you think you're standing closest to? I assume it's Rook, since he ran over and healed you.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Okay, roll me your first attack roll.
I don't like that, Kay. I don't like that. Who said I was gonna attack? Hold on. Who said anything about me attacking?
I'm telling you, roll me your first attack roll.
Sir
7.
gremlin sound.
Oh wait, no. 11.
11? Is that with your +3?
No. $12.
I assume that doesn't hit your armor class, Rook.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
You reel back, and before you even know what's happening, you feel something crawling down your arm and grabbing your hand, and you have swung at Rook before you even realize what you have done.
He's screaming in
Continue your
Infernal
2 attacks.
afterwards. But
You can continue your 2 attacks
Yeah.
if you want.
Oh, he's going to, but he's gonna say, I think he'll realize that he's still speaking Infernal and switch to Common and be like, that was not... There's something under my arm. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, totally, yeah. It's just like, oh shit.
Just back up. Wait, so he can feel the bug, right?
For that bug forced you to do that.
But he felt
attack.
it crawling down, right?
You felt something buggy, but like you can feel this force all the way down your arm.
Is there a point on his arm that feels the strongest with this bug?
It's less that there is a bug in your skin. It's more that there is something dreamlike that is forcing your hand that feels buggy. If you want to spend a turn cutting your arm open,
I was about
I
to
will let
say.
you do it. However,
I was
It's a
about to
crawling ant
say,
sensation.
do I want Ozum to stab a dagger directly into his own shoulder? So his other arm is grabbing his attacking arm and keeping it from...
yeah, it was just the pull for that one attack. That was that failed wisdom save that you did.
Okay. So he feels enough in control now. Okay, I'll do his 2 other attacks then. Can I go into a frenzy to get another attack or no? Was that my bonus?
Yeah, use your bonus. Do it.
Okay, he's gonna go into a frenzy so he can get... Now he'll still have 3 attacks.
Mhm.
Alright. So the first one is a 20 not nat.
Okay, that hits.
And that will be for
Okay.
14 damage.
Okay.
Attack number 2 is a 19
Okay. Yep, that definitely hits.
for 6 damage.
6 damage.
And then the third attack is a 19 again.
Yep.
For 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay. It shudders hard, and it is not looking good.
And you said that Willie managed to poison him, right?
Yes, it has disadvantage on attacks and saving throws for the next round.
Ozum is going to say in Infernal, how does it feel to get a taste of your own medicine for once? After everything you put me through, how does it feel?
You feel a shudder, but no other response.
Should have built up a tolerance like I did, bitch.
Willie,
Yes.
the world goes black suddenly.
Oh no.
And you see before you years and years, a lifetime of adventures. And you hear music and stories, some starring you, some told by you. Stories that you tell that then others continue, songs that you write and others sing long after you are gone. You live brief moments and hear fleeting notes of some of the greatest tales and most beautiful songs you've ever heard. A lifetime of adventure flashes before you. It is all yours if you simply stay your hand. And you're back.
And that's all adventures and stories that she's a part of and she composes. Oh my goodness. Willie's knees knock. She looks at her crossbow. And she takes a step back. And she stays her hand.
So,
Willie's
Done
attack
one
round is
more
over.
round. it would mean the next round. So, we can break here, or we can do one more round.
He's only poisoned for the next round, right? It's
Poison
only
for the
lasting
next
2 rounds.
round. And I'm going to say this. It's not looking good.
All right, let's finish it out. Ozim is at a.
But it is late, so if anyone is tired and needs to go, I am not pressuring you.
Man, I gotta find out how this ends. I gotta find out.
Ozim's top of the order. I'm throwing him into a frenzy, and I'm doing 4 attacks. Like,
Yeah.
please, please.
Well, the nightmare is top of the order.
Regardless, as long as shit, we're out of the death ward.
It's fine. Death saving throws are a thing. We can yeah, it's good.
I thought there's no death saving throws.
Is that a rule? What's
I thought
There's death saving code.
Kay, I
Death
thought you
ward is
said you were
done.
taking them out.
No,
Oh,
no. I'm benevolent. I'm not that benevolent.
okay. Let's do it. One more.
Okay. At the top of the next round.
Moonbeam?
You're right. Constitution at disadvantage. The lowest is a 13 plus 10.
Meets it, beats it. So you succeed. Yeah. So it'll be damage, which is 12. So 6 damage you take.
6 damage. It shudders within that. Within its bounds. Ozim, make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, ma'am. Nat 20.
Nat fucking 20. You feel. Oh my goodness, why am I missing a dice? There it is. You feel something that feels like hot metal pierce into your mind. 12. 22 is 11 points of psychic damage sear through your mind, cutting open memories, trying to pull them to the surface. However, you manage to avoid focusing on them too much. And then
He
it is
laughs.
going to lash out at you, Rook. 22.
22. Let's see. 16, 18, 19. Yeah, that'll hit.
That'll hit.
Is that with disadvantage?
Yeah, is that with
Oh,
disadvantage?
you're right.
Yeah, you're poisoned.
You are right.
Oh,
So
God.
wait, so does my attack account too? Did you roll mine with a disadvantage?
Yours was a saving.
Okay.
That is a 16 plus 21.
You're gonna live, Rook. Please.
21 will still hit.
21 will still hit.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's okay.
A tentacle comes out and slashes you across the face for 6 points of damage.
Isn't that gonna kill him
Uh,
again?
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Rook, do you
Fuck.
say anything or call out as you start to go down?
No, I think he's gonna like concentrate on the moonbeam and try to keep it up, and then he'll get like smacked by the tentacle and then go down.
So you fall down, moonbeam drops. Vasal roars a discordant sound, layered with innumerable voices as every one of her tattoos suddenly starts to light and glow. She summons her greater axe, and it shines with blue, white, green, and pink light. She charges at the nightmare. Now! Hit it now! She swings, and a huge explosion comes out as she brings it down into this form. But when the light clears, you see Vasal sprawled prone on the ground before the nightmare. Her hands are burned and bloodied from where her axe has exploded. The binds still hold, but they are straining and thin. The nightmare laughs. Make me, those of you who are still up, make me a wisdom or perception check.
21.
Heaven.
5.
You all hear a terrifying laugh. But as is narratively appropriate, Ozem, you hear the false bravado in it. The bands flicker and strain. And you hear, you know, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. And doop, 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 doop. A little cat pads across the field, hops onto your face, and runs a scratchy little tongue across your face, Rook, over and over and over again until you are revived with 1 hit point. Imagine how much I could have done if we'd have made a deal. Now, will you stop this thing? I'm really tired of it. And Miss Cat
You got it. As
pads out of the way.
Did Ozem see this?
Yeah, why not?
Ozem's gonna say, can we please make a deal?
Will you focus on the fight?
I will focus on the fight. Please help me get through this.
You're like,
It's your
let's
turn.
make a deal. You're just like swinging.
He's not talking to you.
He's not talking to me? Okay.
Mm-mm. It's your turn.
So he's going to be in a frenzy. That's his bonus action.
Mhm.
But he's gonna
Four
save one.
attacks.
What?
That's 4 attacks.
I have 4 attacks, and out of the 3 actions that we have, he's gonna save one. His last attack is gonna be throwing the grenade. So for the
like it.
first 3,
Mhm.
here we go. That is a 23, which I know hits.
23 is gonna hit.
For 9 damage.
Okay.
Attack 2. A 22, which I know hits.
Hits.
For 6 damage.
Okay.
Attack 3 is a 20 not nat
Yeah.
for 14 damage.
Okay.
And for the grenade throw, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
And it has not been Willie's turn yet, so I'm still doing it at disadvantage, right?
Yes.
What is my dex? Hold on. So at disadvantage, that is a 16.
You just beat it, but
Still does.
you still are going to take damage.
Yes. Yes.
And that is going to be
I feel like I never roll nat 20s whenever I play a bad guy, so I'm actually excited I got some nat 20s in tonight.
Did I roll it 5 times?
You can always just start over.
I could. Okay, this is roll 1. 2, 6. 3, 9. 4, 12. Okay. You're gonna be taking. It was 21. So take
21,
half
10, and then it's
Yeah.
halved again because it's resistant to
to
non-magical.
okay.
And but it goes, and you watch like puffs of mist shoot out dramatically along with the various shrapnel. It's rather
worth a
rewarding.
shot. It was worth a shot. I mean,
Yeah, you watch this thing ripple within it, and like,
I just wanted to finally throw the fucking grenade.
right? I don't blame you.
Was it truly worth it? No.
Oh, it's only got one because it did defy the dreaming god. Okay, it is going to use your last attack, not the grenade throwing, but your last attack to reach out and grab your hands through the axe and suck 6 points. Deal 6 points of necrotic damage while sucking it back out of you.
That's fine. Beefy Boar has 14 hit points left.
Rook.
Okay, so Rook will sheepishly do a cure wounds on himself, and heal for 7. So that's decent. We're about that. Okay, and then he will go ahead and strike out at the creature. So it's gonna be 12, 12, and then is it just the 1d3 that I have?
Yes,
Okay. So let's see.
because you didn't take a deal with a certain feline.
I'm still suspicious. So that's 13.
Ooh.
That's not gonna hit. Okay, so the next
Nope.
one is gonna go ahead and be 26. So that's
26 will
okay.
hit.
And that'll be 9 damage. And I think I'll do,
Dropping a smite.
yeah, my last divine smite.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
So it'll be 2d8 and then an extra d8. So that'll be 4, and then I need one more d8. Oh, perfect. So 4, 8, so that's 12. So an extra 12 radiant damage.
Ouch. Yeah. You see this sear into it, and it shudders within these binds. Navi, you see this thing weakened. It looks very bad.
German suplex it.
You hear a faint voice as Vassal tries to push herself to one shoulder. Sister, please. It's your turn.
And she's gonna like fly off the high that she got last time from punching him so much, and she's just gonna keep going because fuck this guy, and she wants this over, and she's tired. So she is going to, yeah, she's just gonna go balls to the wall. But she's gonna spend a key point to do Hand of Harm and do an extra 1d6 plus 2
Yes.
necrotic damage on her first attack.
Okay.
That's not gonna hit, maybe. We'll see. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Not quite.
Okay.
That's with your D4s, right?
Yeah, that's with my D4s.
Trying for you.
That's okay. So this one 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
That hits.
Okay. 3, 5. Can I still use the necrotic damage on that hit because I hit? Or okay.
It is immune to necrotic, though.
Oh, okay. Well, fine, but I still did it.
You did it
That's
for
all
5?
that matters. Yeah, 5 on the damage on the punch, and then 4 on the necrotic damage. That would have happened if he wasn't. Whatever. So that's my second attack, and then I'm gonna do one more.
Come on.
15, 17.
17 hits. Roll damage.
Yes, for 3. And then I have one more key point left, so I'm just gonna say fuck it and do flurry of blows.
Let's see it.
Because she's angry.
Finish it. Finish it.
Finish him. 15, 19, 20, 21
Hits.
for 3 damage.
You slam your fist into this thing, and you hear thunder crackle across the space. It fills your mind, it fills your ears as the entire black and purple mass before you shudders. Red lightning crackles erratically. The entire shape of the nightmare quivers, and then it shatters. Chunks are blown every which direction. You all duck and dodge as solid yet misty shapes, still crackling with energy, shoot at you, away from you, above you, in all directions. Ozem, you feel something sharp tear at your chest. Make a perception check.
What part of his chest? No.
Has his rings been melting this entire time? Like,
He did not. It did not maintain concentration
Oh, okay,
on the.
okay.
That's an action to keep using it. But
Okay. Nat 20.
you see a long black purple shape withering and writhing pull from your body and vanish into smoke just an instant later. You hardly have time to notice this because the dark mantles beneath your feet suddenly disintegrate in a cacophony of sounds, piercing, pained, shrieked. You all frantically look around, but your gaze finds neither Vassal nor the Mist Cat. You linger just long enough to feel your hearts grow heavy in your chest, to feel that panic start to well up. And then you all plunge into nothingness. You free fall through billows of mist, screams tearing themselves from your throats. And that's where we'll pick up next week for our final episode.
Oh my gosh!
Thank you to all of our viewers for joining us. Thank you for sticking through our wonderful, beautiful layout today and our technical issues. Thank you to my amazing players for sticking it out through this fight. We started late, so we ran a little late. I'm so sorry. Don't forget we have a tip link. D'Angelo did so much hard work today. It's like a hug with money. Thank you all. Let's do a quick round of outros, and then I'm going to let you all go. Sophie.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I almost cried a lot today. Fuck. I'm Sophie. I play Ozem. You can find me on Twitter at Subatomic Mints, and I just want to say that Kay is an incredible DM. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for putting up with my bullshit. D'Angelo.
hey everyone, my name is D'Angelo Murillo. You can find me on all social media at _D'Angelo. Tabletop RPG performer, freelance writer, and also game designer. Working on my own tabletop RPG. Gonna hit Kickstarter in January called Emerald Templars. And yeah, that's me. This has been amazing. I'm excited for the finale. Yeah.
Cassandra.
Cozy Spoon, playing the beefy gnome. So excited, proud, and yet somewhat ashamed at the last minute. But
You can find me at Cozy Spoon on any social media, and you gotta be here for the ending because I gotta know how this ends.
Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I play Nabi, who just almost shit her pants, so it's fine. It's all good. You can find me at Jen Geeky on Twitter and Jen the Geeky Writer on Instagram, and I don't know, all over everywhere. Thanks for being here.
And I'm Kay Purcell. I've been DM Damphy for the evening. You can find me at Twitter at KDampFear. My awesome co-mod who was not here tonight, David, Full Rubber Ducky on Twitter, helped me design this Bonzana's fight. Thank you so much, David. He came up with some really terrible things for the Nightmare to do. It was very fun to be mean to you all. And extra special thank you to our players. Thank you so much to our mods, David and Dane, who are not here today because they're doing awesome stuff. But Kato and Emily, thank you so much for hanging out. Couldn't do it without you. Thank you for spending your evening with us. We will see you next week for the finale. What is happening? I don't know. I mean, I do, but they don't. And you all can find out when they do next week.